see a Thorns game this year. Sophia Wilson, formerly Sophia Smith, I think she's going to be back playing for the Thorns this year. And if Morgan Weaver's back too, I got to go. I got to go. I don't do favorites, but if you put a gun to my head and said pick favorite NWSL players, it's going to be Morgan Weaver, Sophia Smith. So if they're both back playing, I got to go to Portland to see a game. You know, yes, yeah, I got to. Like that's bucket list. To be at what's the name of the stadium? Ugh, I can't believe I forget the name of the stadium. The stadium the Portland Thorns play in that I'm currently not recalling the name. It is bucket list to go there and watch a Portland Thorns game. Like when I'm in Portland on the train or the light rail going past it, I'm always looking at it. I'm like, I'm gonna be there. Why can't I remember the name of the stadium? But yeah. Dividend said if you were financially secure, say you had a solid 500K to 1 million, what'd you be doing with your time, you think? Probably the same thing I'm doing now. Or that you see me doing from time to time. Like I may not be working, but I would probably just be traveling around, staying in Airbnbs. And I probably would occasionally work just to have something to do. I would just do more traveling. And I'd probably stay in nicer Airbnbs, bro. You'd see me in a lot of high rise. You know what I mean? Or maybe I would just invest all that and still be doing exactly what I'm doing now. I don't know. But my life would not, I promise you wouldn't see much different. I'm blessed that like I pretty much just kind of and it's because I think I'm a very simple person. So like I don't I don't live the life I could be living with the financial situation I have now. You know what I mean? Like I just think a lot of people in the financial situation I'm in now would be living on a way higher level than I do already. So like I don't think much would change if I got more money because like you know what I mean? I think a lot of people live as big as they can. So if they get more money, they live bigger. I think I would travel more and probably stay in nicer hotels and Airbnbs. I probably still do want to go first class. But you know what I mean? Like I just don't think I would suddenly.
Hello, y'all. Thank you so much for coming into the live. So this was my dilemma today, right? I wanted to do a live. However, I was on Timothy's live. So I'm going to be doing a live, another part on narcissists and text messaging. So I'm going to be doing that, but not on this live. So I figured it out. I said, well, what I can do is just include y'all in Timothy's live and we talk about it, right? He was one of my motivations. Timothy Ward was one of my motivations for me to start this channel, y'all. So let's hear what he has to say. Really great man, great channel.
Would suddenly, I probably would just.
The good thing about lives, there's no commercials, y'all. So that's one of the benefits, you know.
Put in investments and keep doing what I'm doing now. I like my life now. So like, you know, with
Please
not
like
really sure
y'all. Please
I'd
click a
change
like
any of it
if
because I
you're in
got more
here.
money.
And if you got any questions, put it in the chat.
Providence Park Day.
Even if the question has nothing to do with Timothy Ward's live, then just put the question in the chat because that'll kind of give us something to talk about. But that's the only way. I mean, I didn't want to get off Timothy Ward's live. You know, I try to support Timothy Ward. I'm one of his subscribers, and I try to support him because, like I said, he's one of the motivations of why I got this channel. So, oh, thank you so much. Adriana Pachaccio. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Adriana Pacheco. I got my glasses on. So Adriana Pacheco. So I apologize. I think the last way I pronounced it is correct. And then, yes, I'm very happy. And I'm happy that you're here, Adriana Pacheco, C2F. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for clicking a like too. So let me play the live. I'm glad I did this, because I'm like, what do I do? I want to do my live on narcissism and text messaging. I think I'm gonna do part 7. I'll do it later. I'm on Timothy Ward's live. So I said, well, let me just put him on my live.
Park, thank you, Angela. Thank you, Providence Park, thank you. That was bothering me. If you knew by the way, NWSL stands for National Women's Soccer League. If you knew the love I have for the Portland Thorns and Sophia Wilson and Morgan Weaver, yeah, Providence Park. It's all my, like, I'm gonna be in Providence Park, yelling, screaming. Let Sophia Wilson score a goal, I will lose it. I will lose it. Okay. But yeah, Bobby, I just got lots of stories about seasonal work. It's hard to just pick one. Victory. So what are some decent seasonal jobs aside from housekeeping? I mean, if you think about whenever you're on vacation, all the jobs that go into you taking that vacation, once you get to like the vacation spot, these days a good number of those are seasonal workers. I know the freaking waiters make bank. I know that. The waiters, waitresses, bartenders, they make crazy bank. Hey, Army Marine 96, what up, what up, what up? Good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. Alvin, are you asking, do employers look down on seasonal work on your resume in the future? Here's the thing. Most people don't know about seasonal work. So when it's on your resume, they don't know it's a seasonal job. And so like, I don't put dates on my resume. So they have no clue that I only worked there 4 months.
Is this it?
Like, they look at that as a flex, like, oh, this person is so whatever, that they could just leave the job they was at, go do that, and now they're coming back. You know, see, like, you got to look at the other person's point of view. When they see, because once again, a lot of these seasonal jobs are pretty awesome places. When they see Glacier National Park, they're not going to be thinking, what's wrong with this person? Dang, this person got to work at Glacier for 5 months? How did you swing that? You know what I mean? So like, that's the thing. You make your resume sound, you run it through AI these days and punch it up. It sounds really good. Especially if you've been working regular jobs for so many years, and they see that on your resume. If you have a couple of years that you did seasonal work, you could just tell them, I wanted to get away, and that person's gonna be sitting on their jelly. They're not, depending on the type of person they are. But I feel like the average employer, they're gonna be trying to hold back their jealousy that you got to go for a year or two, work these couple jobs, and like now you're like, okay, I'm coming back to the real world. Most of them not gonna look at that as a net. They're not gonna be like, why did you do that? Especially if you explain it to them. Like, it was a seasonal job. It was a summer job. I wanted to spend a summer in California. So I went and worked a seasonal job in California. That's not that shows like, that's actually a positive.
I do believe in seasonal jobs, y'all. Gigs, seasonal jobs, side businesses, contracting work, in general, sales as well. I do believe like merchandise sales. Some people, they start selling jewelry. I mean, think back to like back in the day, even with the Avon sales, right? And I mean, people are still very prosperous selling like Mary Kay, Avon. You know, there's legal plans. There's so many different businesses that you could get involved in. And Timothy Ward, he'll always mention stuff like that. Thank you so much for the likes, y'all.
Even more, you know.
And fair use.
Providence Park. I have to Google. I can't wait to be back in Portland. Like I like Portland, even though Portland's got its stuff. You got to be very picky about where you stay in Portland.
You,
Sometimes.
you
But I
sure
like
do.
Portland in the spring is amazing.
Yeah, you got to be very picky about where you at in Portland.
Hey, Hermes, that's amazing. Been living in the car since October 1st. Almost saved enough to pay off the car. Sometimes you just got to do something a little different. If you play the game the same way everybody else plays the game, you will have all the same problems everybody else got. If you play the game the way everybody else plays the game, you're going to have the same results everybody else has. But sometimes you just got to play the game a little different, get different results. You know, I don't think as a community, we not the type of people to just, you know, oh, do it this way. Okay. Don't do it that way. Okay. No, you know, it's kind of when you're watching basketball, you know, there's the rules, but you'll notice the player. I notice this a lot when it comes to like fouls, like different, like Diana Taurasi, who's one of the GOATs in the WNBA, been playing the game for decades. You'll notice there was a lot of little techniques and things she used.
Remember, y'all, this is an Advanced Insight channel. So on an Advanced Insight channel, I bring y'all into other people too. That's very motivational and positive. And you know, lately I'm developing more confidence to, you know, bring you more and more into other YouTubers and content creators and influencers that are very motivational. Okay. So on this channel, I don't want to like be controlling or hide out the good people. I mean,
Thank you, Advance. Thank you.
oh, you hear Timothy said, thank you, Advance. Wait a minute.
Johnny, I know you'll be back in Yellowstone. Yeah. It's
That was sweet. See how
like,
polite
you know,
he
I've been
is?
living in my car, saving enough money to pay off the car. Now I'm living rent free because I ain't got a car note no more.
I had put a chat saying great live, and so he thanked me.
Let's go. Yeah, me too. And I'm trying to get to PMW again too. Yeah. Thank you, Advance. Thank you.
You hear that? He always calls me Advanced, y'all. So he just, you know, gives the first name of the channel.
Johnny, I know you'll be back in Yellowstone. Yeah. It's got you now. It's got you. You just gonna put some rank trash in the trash can up by the house and go to sleep. Okay. Think somebody breaking in the house later, them raccoons be all up in them cans. Okay.
He's funny.
But out in the country, you can, you know, dispense of those raccoons any manner you need to. That's all I'm saying. Nick, life's good. Can't complain. Baby, I have not lived in a van, personally, no. Guests and co-worker, see? Everybody up there trying you, man. Especially the guests, because the guests, you know, depending on where you at, the guests got a little change. You know, I mean, there's been some times where I was pretty sure if I didn't want to adhere to the rules of not fraternizing with the guests, that it could have went down basement, you know. But
You know, with Timothy Ward being on this live, fair use, y'all. What I like to have when I'm on his lives is like a pen and a piece of paper, y'all. because sometimes Timothy will give you some good business ideas. I mean, even like for like gig work and stuff, he'll give you really good business ideas. You'll be surprised.
A raccoon problem? No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to the six. Take the six off my bucket list. I'm not going. I'm not. No, I'm not dealing with raccoons on my vacation. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to Canada. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not. No, nope. You've ruined it, Angela. You have ruined Toronto for me. Thank you. Not gonna go up there and rent a nice Airbnb and have raccoons all in the back. Nope. No.
He's talking about the raccoons being in the Airbnb, y'all.
Took Mary's Trail next to Canyon Village. You met Murphy the mean bison. See, you have to be living that seasonal work life to tell a story like that.
So let's see. In my chat, I have let's see, I have a comment here
Watch out for it. That's Murphy.
from
I'm going back.
Alexander Fajardo.
Can you-
My day is excellent. How's your day, Alexander Fajardo? Yes, it's going good. Now, since I figured out how to solve my dilemma, because I was on a live and I wanted to do one of my lives. So I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And I figured it out. I said, well, I guess I got to bring y'all into the live I'm on. Because I was seriously struggling. I didn't want to get off Timothy Ward's live, but I wanted to start my own. So I did both. I'm staying on his live and starting my own. Thank you so much for the chat, y'all. Please click a like. Timothy will be right back, y'all. Here, I'll just rewind it back some until he gets back. Oh, never mind. He's back. He's back. Timothy, where'd you go?
Have you seen this?
What is going on?
Did the live end? What? Oh no, it's
Most
still
of the time,
here.
if it's just me in the house,
I apologize, y'all. He went to go get his drink, his water, health drink. He drinks healthy stuff.
let me get this straight. My hands were fine a minute ago. I went in the bathroom. Only thing I touched was me and the handle on the toilet. And I need to wash my hands. I'm not dirty. Now, if I'm in public, yeah. But like at the house, I'm not dirty. Like if I just touch me, you know what I mean? And number one, I'm talking number one. I'm talking number one. Number two is different. But like at number one, like what do I need to wash my hands for? I'm not dirty. I have this argument a lot. People, no one agrees with me, but no, I mean, hey, I can't speak for other people. You know, if you're that dirty, you know, I'm good though. I don't know. Once again, things we do that don't necessarily, and we stand behind them, that don't necessarily make that much sense. If
Yeah.
you really think of it.
It's kind of like basically what Timothy is kind of pointing out, like obsessive compulsive disorder,
Hey,
right?
listen, Casa Grande, Arizona.
So-
nice. Staying with you.
He's in his house and he hasn't even used the bathroom. He just touched a couple of things and himself. And I guess somebody put in the chat, did he wash his hands or something? I don't know what happened because he left and then I had to go back into the live. Thank you, y'all, for being on my live while I'm on a live. I appreciate y'all.
Amazing that sounds. I want to be in Casa Grande with a new girlfriend. 10-day vacay. I love that, just when we're giving life updates in this community, just on regular life updates, they sound amazing. They're amazing. Love it, love it, love it. Bobby, housekeeping is pretty physically challenging. Especially if you've never done it before, that first week. Even sometimes when I come back to it, these days I try to be in a supervisory management role if possible. So it's not as physically hard. Now, don't get it twisted. I still be in the rooms, but like when I've gone back to like actually housekeeping, even someone who's done it for years, that first week or two, I remember a couple years ago, I don't know, a couple seasons back when I went back to the Y and I was actually in housekeeping. I'm not exaggerating when like I had to break the heating pad out. I said, I don't know if I can do this. I was on that heating pad as soon as I got home. Shower, eat a little something. I'm on that heating pad. It can be challenging, but it's doable. But it's definitely you're gonna work. And I think some people don't realize how physically intensive housekeeping is. And they're like, oh, I'm gonna go do this little seasonal job.
Oh yeah, housekeeping is serious work, y'all. Even just trying to maintain your own house is serious. Serious. I mean, just the basic chores and keeping on top of things, it's no joke. It's certain chores that I make sure I do every day. And one of them is loading my dishwasher so that I have sterilized dishes at all times.
I hang out in the national park and then like they forget that 8 hours you got to be making beds and scrubbing toilets and all this other stuff. So it is work. It is work. No. Yeah, but it'll keep you in shape. Exactly, John. Nick meeting hot girls at festivals in Cali. This is what I'm talking about. This is a movie. This is a movie life. It's a movie life, bro. Have I used those Japanese style bidets with the water sprayer, seat heater, and blow dryer? No, I don't think I've used. That sounds like a machine. No, I don't think I've used them. Hey, congratulations, Armor Marie. Got the port security job in Alaska. Doesn't happen until June. Like, yeah. The Alaska jobs, they're usually mid-May, June-ish. That's the only downside to them. A lot of the other ones you can get in beginning of May, but yeah, some of the Alaska ones you gotta. But trust me, you want to wait till then to get that done. Yeah, the people don't know all about housekeeping duvets and them vacuum cleaner be heavy. Over in Shoshone when you on 7th when you had to take that vacuum cleaner up the spiral staircase. I'm telling you, man, it'd be even inspecting sometimes when you got to inspect 40.
That's Timothy Ward that got the sniffles, y'all. He got allergies. So just to let you know, that's him, not me.
Rooms. Down looking under beds. It keeps you in shape though. Gravity, I'm probably not going to answer any of the hypothetical movie questions. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. I'm just. Yeah, Angela, you and Nick meet up. Send me a picture. See, I keep going, I feel like I'm too far down in the chair. Yeah, you gonna be the third wheel with Nick and his girlfriend, Angela. Yeah. I watched Mook versus Hitman Holla. I was not excited. You know what I mean? Honestly, I've been waiting on that battle for so long. Um, I and it was like a genuine grudge match, so I thought there'd be more. Like I wanted them to get the battle off. Like I don't want them to fight, but I thought there would be more. Yeah, I was underwhelmed. I was underwhelmed. So, you know, hiking with Cam, what up?
I like that. Not overwhelmed, y'all, but underwhelmed.
Nick said, housekeeping is humbling. In a lot of ways, you know. Yeah, it's gonna test you physically, but then like the view that the average person has of someone who's cleaning their hotel room, you gotta wear that, you know, especially if you might have, yeah, I'm gonna do this little seasonal thing as a way to get away, and you used to working at a job where like, you know, maybe people looked up to you or something. Now you're working at a job where people look down, some people look down on you. You got to deal with that, you know. That's interesting.
Yeah, you know what? I don't look down on anybody that's earning a legitimate income the legal way, and they're not like selling drugs or trafficking children. I don't look down on nobody. I'm actually like, if I'm in a motel or hotel, I'm very grateful for the staff. I commend them for what they're doing, especially when they do the job right. So I encourage everybody, never look down on waitresses and waiters or motel or hotel staff. And this is one reason not to do that. Don't look down on them, because a lot of them making more money than we do. Seriously.
Doobie Drop Music, okay, we're here. Oh, music channel, okay. I should say a little music channel, okay. Yeah, I mean, my thing with Hitman is like, you know, he's come back and he's been, you know, battling more, but I don't think he has anything to say. You know, other like stay in that money talk bag. Cause like you know, it's just he's Hitman. So you know, like that happens. I think with battlers sometimes. It's like you can get to a level of success where it's not the same. You know, it's like you. I don't know. It's just like I like when Hitman battles, so I like Hitman. But like rarely does he have a battle that I'm like talk go like, you know. It's just yeah. I mean, he just like you said, he's not down in the trenches, you know. So like he's just you know you don't have to be. Yeah, it's just different. And like Mook was sober, which I'm glad for, but you could tell the difference. You know, I will admit you lose some stuff when you go sober. You know, so like I could tell Mook wasn't the old Mook. He didn't have that same. You know, I mean, he's still Mook, but like you know. He's not as arrogant these days. And in a battle, that's a good, like, especially a grudge match, you want arrogant Mook. And he just kind of was more laid back, like.
I try to always bring positive stuff to y'all.
Talking down.
This is good for your ear. Very motivational, pleasant, very positive.
Like 7 years.
Just good energy, you know?
When it would have really been like a grudge match, entourages. You know what I mean? Like that would have been, it just, I think it was a battle that took too long to happen. And so it just wasn't what I wanted it to be all the years. I didn't want violence. I wanted aggression. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Timothy Ward is a survivor, y'all. One of the things I loved about him was his testimony years ago, many, many years ago. He actually suffered from alcoholism. See, when you hear people and you know how motivational they are right now. You just never know what somebody has already gone through. I would have never known in a million years that he suffered from alcoholism. So, um, many years ago when I was watching his videos, way before I had my channel, like I said, Timothy Ward, he was one of the primary motivations of why I started my channel because he did a video suggesting that we start our own channels. And when I say we, I mean you, me, and others. So right now, because of that suggestion, I have over 116,000 views, y'all. 116,000. I know y'all might look at my lives and be like, oh, well, she only got 50 views or 100 views. But you got to go in and start looking at people total views they've gotten since they've had their channel. And I'm at 116,000, over 100,000 views. And I'm gonna contribute a major portion of that to Timothy Ward. And I'm gonna be doing a live about starting your own channel too. So I'm gonna pay it forward. I'm gonna pay it forward the same way Timothy Ward did. And you know, when you set a YouTube example, y'all, Daniel, he has his own channel now. So, you know, it's a positive thing for the kids too, having them to do something positive and they have something of their own, you know. But with this channel here, with the Advanced Insight channel, you know, we like the advanced team. So I have a different perspective because of what I name my channel. So you won't hear me oftentimes even using the word my channel. I mean, it's our channel. It's not even a channel if don't nobody view it. Seriously. Let me go back into the live,
Yeah,
y'all.
like, you know, it's just and the older guys.
But this was my dilemma for today. My dilemma for today was I'm on Timothy Ward's live, but I want to do my live. So I resolved it, you know. I resolved it by just doing a fair use video, y'all.
For what, Bobby? Hey, Siesta, thank you, thank you. We try to be chill. We try to be human, you know. We try. I don't know nothing about that angle. Nikki always in something. Cassidy the goat. Wow. Tell me Kingsley. Tell me you're trolling. Tell me you're trolling. I mean, I respect your opinion. If Cassie's your goat, I respect that. But please tell me you're trolling. Yeah, it's like Denny's. Yeah, Bobby Dick. It's like Denny's. Bobby D. It's like, you know, battle rap's like Denny's. There was a time you got excited to go down there to the Denny's. Now most places you probably get shot. No, okay. Gravity, I think
I gotta go to Denny's. I haven't been to Denny's in a while. It's been several months, but I go to Denny's. I would say I end up there maybe once every 6 months, I would say. But yeah, I like to go to Denny's sometimes, you know, get their breakfast platters and stuff like that.
I do think those things help.
I'll write that down. Go to Denny's one day.
What's the A word for the things you say over and over again? Like positive things. Affirmation. Thank you. Why can't I think affirmation? Yeah, I do believe subliminals, affirmations. I do believe those things work. Simply because I think on the woo hippie spiritual level, you're putting out there to the universe what you want, and I think you're more likely to get back from the universe, from the divine, what you want if it knows. You're putting that energy and that intention out there, and also
That's
I think
true.
it helps to keep you on track. You know,
Amen.
if you're like, I imagine myself to be successful, like and you repeat that regularly, you're more likely to stay on the track to
That's
success
right. I agree
than
with
if you
that.
just like every now and then be like, yeah, I want to be successful. then you're gonna get caught up in your daily life and be doing whatever. But like, yeah, the more you're just like, hey, I'm trying to be successful, the more like you're gonna remember that and you're gonna take actions that are more in line with being successful than you would otherwise. I think that's the part that people miss. I think people think that, oh, that's just out there and woo woo hippie talk and it's delusional. It's like, no, like if I'm constantly bringing myself back to center, you know, your regular life, you're always going off, things happen, you're thinking about other stuff. But like the moment you say that affirmation, you snap back to that. That's why I'm constantly saying things I'm going to do. For example, I'm going to live in Loveland, Colorado one day. Like the city. There's a coffee shop there, some of the friendliest people in America. It's a drive-through coffee shop. Let me tell you, I've told this story before. I'm gonna tell it again. It's a drive-through coffee shop. The owner comes outside and will talk to me. I used to come through there 4 times a year, recognizes me, probably helps that I'm black. And he will, oh, aren't you the guy who works up in Estes? Blah, blah, blah. He will come out, it's a little building. You can't go inside. He'll come outside. There's nobody in line behind me. Lean against the railing. We'll talk 5 minutes. Anyway, I love Loveland. So I'm constantly saying I'm going to live in Loveland one day. The reason I do that is because I'm sure there'll be a time when I'm trying to figure out where I'm going next. And like, I'll be like, oh, maybe now's the time for Loveland. Whereas if I didn't constantly say that, I might not do it. There might be an opportunity comes and I'm like, oh, I could make that work. I could make that work, end up in Loveland. Whereas if I wasn't constantly saying that, I might not go in that direction. So I'm a big believer, affirmations, subliminals, just in general, things you want to do in life, just say it. Speak it. If nothing else, it just reminds you that you want to do that. We've all had goals we forgot about. And then years later, like, dang, I did want to, I just say it. I just speak it, you know? Hey, John from Everett McLean, I'm gonna let you know. Raphael, I don't really, I don't consider myself any type of religion. Or I wouldn't say I subscribe to any type of like what people might call like religious philosophy. Excuse me. I kind of pick and choose from all of them. If there's something that, you know, I rock with Christianity, I use it. If there's something I rock with Buddhism, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really put myself in a label on myself or say I fall under any umbrella. I just kind of do me and like, I just try to learn from everything and just take what works for me. My personal opinion, I think I think it's possible to do ourselves a disservice spiritually when we feel like we have to pick one religion and follow all its rules or we're living our spiritual lives wrong. Because what if I don't agree with it? You know, what if it doesn't make sense to me? I know some people's whole faith, you should follow it anyway, and I respect that, but I don't agree with it. You know, I want, when it comes to like spirituality and my relationship with the divine, it needs to make sense to me. It needs to feel right to me. If it feels 80% right, that's not right to me. So the only way I can make it feel right to me is to like, you know, follow the things that feel right to me. And that doesn't mean, oh, I only like follow the stuff that's easy for me. There's some things that feel right for me that are very hard for me to do. You know, some things I'm like, man, I'd rather do this. It's like, no, this is what feels right to me. So it's not like trying to like make it easy for me spiritually. It's just for me, it's like things make sense. I'm like, that makes sense. That's one thing I'm gonna follow. So I don't really subscribe to any one doctrine or religion or anything like that. Hey, John, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And you don't always say it's the thought that counts, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Journey, what up? Good to see you. Think you're finally done drinking? Nice, nice. And it's sometimes it takes, and you're welcome. Sometimes it takes starting, like stopping, starting, and then seeing how it feels afterwards. Just I don't know. This ain't the same no more. You know what I mean? Sometimes we have to try something, maybe it doesn't totally go the way we want it, and then on the back end of that, it takes us to a place to where we're like, yeah, no, it ain't, you know what I mean? That's why I'm always like, relapsing isn't the end of the world, or just deciding, yeah, I think I will drink again, or whatever it is, whatever it is you quit. Sometimes we can't get back to the old feeling, and then it's easier to quit because we're just like, you do it for a while, and you're just like, it's not even the same no more. It's kind of like you break up with somebody, get back with them 2 years later, it's not the same. 3 months later, y'all broke up again. It's just not the, you know. Yeah, sometimes it just, and that's a beautiful place when you get to the, it's just not the same anymore. I don't even care about it no more. Especially when it comes to like addiction. When you start going down that road, you're like, I don't even want to do it. Like that's a good place to be because you're about done. Because it's not even it's not as much as a struggle anymore because you're starting to get to the place where you don't even want to do it. Even if you get a craving, you're like, yeah, but I don't want to do it. And as long as you want to do it, you get a craving. You're like, yeah. But like when you're at that place, you're like, bro, like I don't even want to do it. Like I know this craving just popped in my head because that's what happens. You're almost there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've been going for a little over 2 hours on this chat, and we had another one that was about 53 minutes or something like that. So we've been going for a while. I'm gonna jump off. Hey, good to see you, Money Towards. Sorry, I'm leaving as soon as you come on. I'm gonna jump off. Uh, Maybe play a little video game. Maybe watch some reaction videos. I don't know. I'm enjoying my evening. And I gotta say, whenever I've done a stream, spend time with y'all, my evenings just feel so much more peaceful, so much more right. So many times I get off these streams and I pray. If there's anyone in the stream I said I was gonna pray for, but then also I say prayers of gratitude. Like I genuinely am so grateful to have y'all, to have this platform, to have this opportunity, to have had it for so many years, to be able to just sit here, talk with y'all, get that love, get that energy. So thank y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. Shout out to Angela, world's best moderator, all the OGs, the first timers, the lurkers. Big shout out to the Super Chat Squad. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all so much for the love. I appreciate that so much, and for all the great comments, all the likes, the reactions that I always forget to acknowledge. Thank y'all so much. I love each and every one of y'all. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day, night, evening, whatever. We'll talk again soon.
I don't hear Timothy anymore. What happened, y'all? What happened? Okay. Did Timothy's live end? Okay.
What do you say when one?
His live ended. Okay. But you know what I'm going to do? I clicked on replay, y'all, because I missed the beginning of the live anyway. So let's act like we got on the live together when it first started. Let's play a little game of pretend here.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're trying this again. Okay. We tweak some things, on our end. We're gonna try this again. So we'll see. What was that? Actually, let me tweak some. That shouldn't matter.
Thank you so much for coming into the live. I just did a replay on Timothy Ward's live. And so the dilemma I had earlier was, how am I going to be on somebody else live and do my own? So I figured out a compromise. The compromise is I'm just going to replay Timothy's live. So let's go here. Please like, share, and subscribe, y'all.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're trying this again. Okay. We tweak some things, on our end. We're gonna try this again. So we'll see. What was that? Actually, let me tweak some. That shouldn't matter. We're trying this again. I promise you, we gonna get this straight. I think it's my machine for some reason. I don't know. When I live stream, it just seems like after about an hour into it, close to an hour, things just start to get wonky, So
I told y'all, see on lives, everybody, no matter who they are on YouTube, there can be technology issues from the YouTubers in or the platforms in. I mean, it can go either way, but with technology, you just never know what will happen. And I've been kicked out of lives, so sometimes y'all might think, well, oh, it's because she got some raggedy equipment. No, I have a really nice device to do my lives, but no matter how much of the best technology you purchase, it still will happen. Because Timothy Live, his technology that he's using for his lives is going to be more sophisticated and advanced than what I'm using. However, I'm using a quality device, for my channel, and for the channel here. So yeah, just so you know, no matter how big or small a YouTuber is, it's going to be that problem no matter what. That issue will arise sometimes. Technology issues will always arise. I don't care what line of work you in, okay? That will always be an issue. And so you just got to be patient and work around it, okay?
So I shouldn't, it's 2025. It's 2025, and I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just get a new machine. Like I'm pretty sure it's something to do with my laptop, but it's partially my fault because once again, I'll have this laptop a year in January, so I don't mind getting a new one if I have to. I do mind, but I will. But I just went down to Best Buy and picked out like the second laptop the dude pointed out to me. So typically I do a lot of research.
Oh, so Timothy's actually using a laptop, y'all. Nice.
And I try to design, the machine I want and, special order it, or at least find one that fits the specifications I need. This time I just bought one. So it's kind of on me if this machine doesn't have the cojones it needs to do. But like to just run a YouTube live stream, it shouldn't take that much, So we'll see. We'll see if we tweaked it and can get it to work now. Because it's like, bro, like it's embarrassing to me. I'm apologizing to y'all. It's embarrassing to me as a content creator who's been doing this as long as I have that I
Oh, and he should not be embarrassed at all because it happens to everybody. It sure does.
can't get an hour plus live stream to run. But trust me, we're gonna figure it out. You know, yeah, this is nuts. This is the past what 3 streams I've tried to stream, it would work. You know, it's this one from the very beginning. If I made too much motion, it was freezing. So like on my end, I saw it. So that's what made me start looking at it. I'm like, wait a second, what's going on here? So anyway, we'll see how far we get.
I
this.
think what happens is there's so many people doing lives on the platform. It's just like when you're uploading regular videos that are not lives. The more people are uploading during certain times, the amount of time is going to take longer. So basically it's like this on YouTube, and I've experienced this. I've had to learn this. I try to like upload videos, like say my basic shorts. I try to upload videos sometimes maybe late at night after midnight because not so many people are uploading. But if you upload, I would call it during peak hours, during a time where a lot of people are uploading. And sometimes I think that's like around between like the hours of like noon and 5 p.m. And those are hours that I try not to upload because so many people are going to be uploading. Like we got the holidays coming up, right? So a lot of people are going to be uploading just regular videos, not their lives, but just regular videos. And so, especially like the day before Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas. So if people try to, I already know, I've been on YouTube long enough to know if I try to upload a couple of days before Christmas, it could take you hours just to upload a 20-minute video because there's so many people uploading on the platform. So that's one thing I've learned throughout the years with being on YouTube. And so I've learned to figure out times where my uploads are going to be quicker. Okay. That way, for example, if I'm uploading a short, I can, that short can be released within 2 minutes or 1 minute versus like 30 minutes. That's just an example. So if you're releasing a 1-minute video, do you want it to take a few seconds or a minute to release? Or do you want it to take 30 minutes when the video itself is only a minute long?
How far we get this time, but my word to y'all, we're gonna get to the bottom of this and we're gonna get back to having those nice, crisp, clean, 5-hour streams we used to have. Even if I have to go back to my cell phone. But I shouldn't have.
Oh, so Timothy's saying when he used his cell phone in a way it worked better. Like because some of Timothy Ward's streams will be like 5 hours. So he's saying that it worked better on his cell phone. That's a good thing to know.
This computer, it shouldn't take that. It's not a hard problem to fix. So we're gonna fix it. Chris, how's it going? Stay tuned. You've been lurking, but you're staying tuned, but you're there. Okay. Thank you, Dana. it's you know what I mean? Like, well, if there's a big issue, okay, but like this, in 2025, pretty much any machine you.
And you can tell when like a YouTuber is asking, how are you doing? You can tell when it's genuine. So that's one of the things I like about Timothy Ward is that, when he asks you how you're doing, you can actually feel the divine spirit of it. You really can. You can just tell the difference. You can tell if it's like genuine or if somebody's just doing it just to do it and it's not their real nature. So with Timothy Ward, that's actually his nature. Okay. So that's one of the things I love about going to his lives and stuff is it's the genuine spirit and the motivation and the great information. Okay.
Any machine you try to run on should be able to run a webcam, live stream, especially with the internet I have, you know what I mean? Like I purposely have everything I need to do this and it's not working. So, yeah, but just have to check my ego at the door. I appreciate y'all coming back. Nah, Crystal, it shouldn't. You should be able to do as much motion as you, even with just 1080p, not being 4K. I mean, I was doing lagless live streams 7 years ago. You know what I mean? So like, it's not. Nah, it's something with my machine. So I got to figure out what it is. I'm pretty sure.
Also, Timothy used the term lagless live stream. So that's a term I guess I should start using. Lagless, which means it's not lagging, it's not kicking you out of it. So, hey.
Keep it healthy. Maybe someone saying stop and smell the flower. I don't know, Ricky, because it's not like I'm doing a lot. It'd be different if I was live streaming every day, all day. But live streaming I don't think every issue you come up across in life is the universe saying stop. If I went to visit a friend of mine who I hadn't seen in a while, and there was a lot of complications getting there, I don't think it would be the universe telling me to stop. You know what I mean? If they're gonna can that happen? Yes, but I don't think that's what it is in this instance because I ain't been.
I prefer to watch someone's entire video, and it's because of this, because I know about that average duration time that you get for each video. Any video that you upload on YouTube, whether it be a live or a regular video or even a short, there's an average duration. So like Tim's live is like 2 hours. So because I replayed it and I'm gonna listen to the whole live and watch the whole live, it will increase his average duration time for that video. So it will show that most people are staying in the video for a longer period of time, if that makes sense. It's a average, so say 4 of you come on here and one of you only watches it 15 minutes. On one of my lives, I met an average duration almost perfect. Like everybody that came on that live, actually, from the time I started the live, listened to the entire live. And it was over 2 hours. So, just to motivate you of even if you watch some of a live and come back to it, that YouTuber still gets the credit that you watched that entire live. Even if you come back to it, you can watch 30 minutes of it and then come back. Because when you watch a live or any video, when it's in your watch history, it's going to bring you back exactly to where you ended watching it at. So if you watched it 30 minutes in, when you go back to it, you're going to be right where you left off at. So I like to, or I prefer, especially my favorite YouTubers like Timothy Ward, my favorite YouTubers, I'm very conscious of actually watching the entire video. And another reason I do it too, you're missing information. If you're just watching part of something, it's like if you have a book that's going to teach you how to build a stove, a certain kind of stove, you want to go through that entire book if you're trying to build a particular type of item. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know anything about building a stove. I just know that you get the complete lesson and content and you don't miss anything, okay, when you actually watch an entire video. And I mean, a 2-hour video, that ain't really that long, y'all, okay? Not to me anyway. I guess because I guess I don't view it that long. That's the same length of time as a movie. The average movie is 2 hours. Okay. View it that way. Okay.
Because I ain't been streaming much, you know. Sweet, what up? Yeah, these are just like old like cars, you know, kind of that panel. What do they call these? That panel. What do they call these cars? Amanda, I am spending Christmas at work, down there to the job, getting that time and a half. I request the holidays. Who wants the holidays off? Cool, I'm coming in. So yeah, I request the holidays. I'm trying to get that. Even if I didn't get time nap, I would still go because like holidays are usually a chiller day, especially in my industry in hotels. So like, you know, it's usually depending on where you're at. Depending on where you're at. But where I'm at now, it should be a pretty chill day. So yeah, I always work holidays. What up, Ashley? Jose, what up? What up? What up? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you? December's been a good month. Yes, yes, I love it. I love it. Much better than last year. That's all we, you know, that's all we can ask for. Actually, it's not all we can ask for, but that's the minimum we can ask for. Give it, give it to me the same as or a little better than last year, but it's not all we can ask for. Actually, see, I fell for it right there in real time. You saw me fall for scarcity thinking. When people said, "Oh, all we can ask for is just you know decent paying job," no, it's not all you can ask for. You can ask for anything you want. See, I fell for it. I'm just embarrassing myself.
Timothy Ward calls that scarcity thinking, y'all, not asking for enough.
All over the place tonight, folks. I fell for it. All we can ask for, no, no. It's amazing that happened, Jose, but we can ask for so much more. Next year, let's ask for next December. You've been like, man, this is the best December ever. In the history of people having Decembers, I think this is the best December ever. Ain't nobody never had no better December. Ain't nobody never had. I think since there's two double negatives, they negate each other and it comes back being a positive. Ain't nobody never had no. Yeah, you ever notice how like bad English uses more words than the proper English sometimes? If you would just say, nobody's ever had a better Christmas. Ain't nobody never had no better. It's more words. And it's wrong. It's like broken English makes you talk more. Anyway, okay, moving on. Moving on. Glad to hear that, Jose. Good to see you. I just get a venti medium roast Pikes Peak coffee or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Chill jobs I would recommend, Briar. You know, I don't really recommend jobs because we're all different and we all like different. Like, I don't really like chill jobs. Most of the jobs I've done that I've enjoyed were like fast paced. Part of the reason I like housekeeping is like I do enjoy chill days, but like it can get fast paced. You know, like this weekend was pretty fast paced, and like I enjoyed fast paced days. Lawn maintenance, same thing. Lawn maintenance, it was, you know, 10 months out the year, it was go 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 go. Well, 9 months out the year, it was go 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 go. It never, you don't stop for lunch. You eat in the truck. Let's go. No, you know, you just go. I worked at FedEx. I worked at UPS. I enjoyed that. Like, so I'm not really a. I like when my fast-paced job has chill moments from time to time. Those 3 months out the year where we didn't have to run and lawn maintenance were cool. But I'm not really a chill job person. Like I actually like the time constraint, go 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 type work. Russell, what up? Sure, yeah, man. We're gonna get a good December next year. This has been a good December. We're gonna get even better one next year. Let's go. I graduated from gas station coffee. Actually, Derek, no. I had a gas station coffee this morning. I prefer gas station coffee, but it's a long walk to the gas station from where I'm at now. So I had this delivered. They don't deliver. If they deliver gas station coffee, I totally do that. I'll get Starbucks if it's closer. Hey, CM, thank you, Super Chat Squad, thank you so much. I appreciate the love. Thank you. The double wave. I see you. Thank you, CM. I'm sure your actual username is something a lot different. But now that it just shows the at names, we're going with CM. But thank you for the love. Thank you for the abundance. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Retired 2019, checking in. How you doing? Oh, went to Maryland this evening? Nice. I've never been to Maryland. I got to do the Northeast. Have fun. Let us know how it goes. Thank you for this, Nelson. I said, Tim, you look great, honestly. Thank you. If it's comfortable for you to keep your beard this way without shaving, then just well groomed. I love it. Oh no, you look fabulous. Thank you. I've actually been thinking about. I look back at an old video of mine where I had my beard like this, and I had really been taking care of it. And I was like, man, I like that. So I might start doing that. Yeah, I think I might. I gotta order a beard kit and beard balm and all kind of stuff. But because my beard is very dry. But yeah, if I could keep this tight, like maybe just a little lower than this, but keep it tight, keep it greased. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it like this for a while. So thank you for that encouragement, Nelson. I needed that. Thank you. Praveen checking in. Traveling Demon caught us. We're here earlier. The live, took a little, so we had to come back, but we back. Bobby, yes. If I had done Yellowstone and then had to go back home, I would have still thought it was worth it. Yes. I feel like experiences, especially if they go well, are always worth it. I would much rather have done Yellowstone and then went back home than have never done Yellowstone. Not to mention, it would always be in the back of my mind trying to get back to it. I mean, I did go home for a while. After Glacier, it all runs together sometimes, but I think after Glacier, I went back home, and I was back home for like 8 months, and not back home like, oh, I'm just, taking some time. No, like I didn't have anywhere else to go. Good friend of mine. That's when I lived in the RV. Let me stay with him for a while. Then I was renting the RV from him, and I was tapped out, bro. Like I didn't have the funds to do nothing, go nowhere. Like I had to be there, But since I had been out ripping and running and in the seasonal streets, it was always with me. Like I'm gonna try to get back out there. My buddy Mike had tried to get a situation. He did get a situation for me, but it didn't work out from my end. So I had to stay a little longer, and there was a part of me that thought I was never going to get back traveling again. I was like, well, this is my life. And it bothered me, but I knew what I wanted to be doing. So when the opportunity, that was the first time I went to the YMCA of the Rockies in beautiful Estes Park, Colorado, the gateway to Rocky Mountain National Park. But yeah, as soon as I got to a place where like I could get back to it, I did. So yeah, any experience, especially one that takes you out your comfort zone and shows you something new, even if you don't get to do it for as long as you would like to do it, or in the manner you want to do it. I think it's healthy, because who knows, you might 5 years from now get to start doing it again. Or it just shows you enough about, getting out of your comfort zone that you can never fully get back into it, and then you start making some changes, So yeah, we're totally doing it. Hey, Praveen, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you so much. Let me give you a like on that. So thank you for streaming today, Tim. Hope you have a very pleasant Christmas. Thank you, and you as well. Do you have any major plans for 2026? I would like to travel a lot. That's mine, Praveen. We gotta check some of these bucket list travel destinations off, bro. They've been on the list too long. I've been telling you about them too long. I'm watching, my YouTube friend retire and go. He's steady going different places and checking stuff off, and I'm like, bro, I gotta. It's a channel I really appreciate. So he's inspiration for me, and I'm like, bro, I gotta. When the OGs give you the game, you gotta like do it. So that's for me. Once again, I'm the reason I'm working is I'm, just trying to get some financial things in place and set myself up in that regard for the future. Also, being around my friends, I love that. So I'm enjoying being around really good friends who I consider like family. Um, and then beyond that, traveling. That's about all we got, seeing some of these places we ain't seen before. Oh, Empty, you rewatched my Confessions of a Low Value Man video? I gotta watch that and see what I said. I gotta rewatch that, see what I said. But I'm glad did you like it? You said you rewatched it. Is it still relevant in 2025 going into 2026? Oh, I did not know that about Canada, Tyler. Mhm. Yeah, Praveen, I was streaming earlier and then the stream froze, so I came right back after a few minutes. Troy applying for a first seasonal job. Good luck, good luck. You're welcome. So thanks for the advice. You're welcome. Good luck. Traveling Diva. I'm not doing them right now because it's snowing. And last night was probably. I mean, I'm a winter walker. I'd be in the woods. I'd be on like I walk in wintertime. Um, Even when it's snowy, y'all see, snowy, icy, whatever, rainy. Last night was probably one of the scariest like walks I did, and I had to walk like 30. It was 37-minute walk because I timed it. Well, I knew when I left, and I knew when I got home. Probably one of the scariest 37.3 minute walks I've ever done. Because it was like the more you walk in the wintertime, like the more you learn this stuff. Um, Walking in snow is nothing. Like I love to walk in the snow. It's the ice that gets you. And last night it was like the perfect storm for slipping because most of the sidewalks were fine because it really snowed a few days ago. Um, so anyone who like shoveled their sidewalk or plowed it, it was fine. But then it rained, just like a light rain just before, right as the sun was going down. So it rained just enough to put like a thin layer of wetness on the ground, and then it froze. And I mean, it looked like it was just a wet sidewalk, but as soon as you stepped on it, 2 steps, and you're like, "Ooh!" And the whole sidewalk. You know what I mean? Like usually it's like, "Oh, here's a patch of ice." No, it was like the whole, like there was long stretches of sidewalk I had to walk on, and it was this thin layer of ice. That was a walk. The whole time I was like, Tim, it was stubborn because I don't want to take Uber. Because I was like, I'm not taking Uber. I'm being stubborn, being stubborn. I saved that $20 though. Being stubborn, I was like, I ain't taking Uber. But the whole time I was like, this is a bad idea. You probably should have just, but we made it, But I don't do a lot of nature walks um this time of year because it's bad out. And I'm honestly where I'm at right now. There's not a ton of wide open nature like that. I tried to find some the other day, and it was just too windy because it actually was a nice day out, and it was just too windy, and it's just not as feasible right now. So y'all know me. Whenever I can do a nature walk, I'm out there. This summer I didn't do a lot of walks, but I was filming in nature, all summer. But during the winter, I'm more indoors, just because of the weather. Tweaks, I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain. Any seasonal jobs that are at a slow pace? Briar, I always recommend hopping on coolworks.com, just checking for yourself. I'm sure there are, lifties at ski resorts. Doesn't seem to me like they work that fast. You just take tickets from people who work at the store. But I don't know. Like I don't want to say, oh, that's be an easy job, and then people are like, that's the most fast-paced job on the mountain. So I'm really not sure. I would just hop on Coolworks, and I feel like I'm too far in the camera, bro. And then just see what stands out to you. The biggest super chat I ever received, it was during COVID. I think it was $500. I don't know if you can super chat that much anymore. Or it might have been 7, and then she came back and did 5. There was a very generous donator during COVID. So yeah, hashtag abundance. Saved by grace. I appreciate that. Said, however you spend your time, pray is blessed and peaceful, and it will be. So thank you, thank you. Same to you. Montana Slacks is watching from the shower. Okay, hey, you know, I don't judge. Low key, I'm judging, but I don't judge. We will keep doing us exactly. Oh, I'm way behind in the chat. Man, let me get picked up. Let me get caught up. Excuse me. Ridge, are you bartending at Yellow? You bartended at Yellow. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Dan, it just depends. If you're in a secluded area and there's a ton of people with cars and they don't mind giving rides, it could be easy, but you might be in a secluded area and there's very few cars and you don't have the same days off as the people with cars. So you can't really blanketly say it's always easy. Yeah. And as far as me, like I try now to work at seasonal places where I don't need a car. So like that has a good bus system or, you know, a employee shuttle into town. I try to make sure that either I'm like working somewhere in town or somewhere that without having to ask for a ride, I can get into town pretty quickly and easily. That's just kind of one of my conditions now. There's got to be a grocery store I can walk to or get to pretty quickly or easily, or I won't go. Like that's just kind of one of my conditions. Hey, John, I appreciate you saying that. There's a reason I removed that comment because something you said near the end. Anyway, I appreciate the comment and I appreciate the support. It's just something I've learned. Some things I don't like to say because they're, you know. Hey, Monty, thank you. Hey, you stay blessed too as well. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we gonna
I got me some snacks, y'all.
put our energy out there, man. I mean, that's why we got it. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. John, no, I don't say Merry Christmas. John, no. I don't celebrate Christmas, so it would be weird for me to say Merry Christmas. If someone says it to me, I say, you know, thank you, same to you. But yeah, like I don't celebrate Christmas, so I don't say Merry Christmas.
And y'all know I don't celebrate Christmas as well. So, you know, I like to interact with like-minded people. So Timothy Ward is a compatible YouTuber and content creator. We won't ever agree with everybody's views. However, I don't celebrate Christmas. And it's not weird to not celebrate Christmas, y'all. You know, it used to be a time where people thought you was kind of weird or something. Or people have even been judged because oh, you're raising your kids not to celebrate Christmas. You know, there used to be a time where if you didn't celebrate Christmas, they treated you like you was child abusing your kids. And then, of course, as the years went on, guess what? People started getting killed because they didn't get a Christmas gift. And that still happens. It's going to happen this Christmas. Somebody going to die this Christmas because it's going to be a Christmas fight, a domestic violence fight. It's just the day that sometimes people want to retaliate against you just because it's Christmas. And they love to do it to people that celebrate Christmas. See, I'm not a target because I don't celebrate.
Angela leaving work, finally off, finally clocked out. D Thompson, I've been good. I've been good. How about you? Can't complain. EZ, what up? Another amazing evening here in Montana. Young dog can't complain.
Oh yeah, Timothy Ward, he's in Montana.
Okay, we're gonna allow that. We're gonna allow that. Okay.
See how quick these lives go by? We already 22 minutes in. A 2 hour live ain't nothing. Watch people whole lives. Even if you can't do it right that minute, just keep it in your watch history. If you watch 30 minutes of it or an hour of a live and you got to go to work, just watch the other hour when you get off work. You know, that's called being loyal. You know, get in the habit of that, because if you get your YouTube channel, people will do the same thing with you. Just loyalty, like not just loyalty, getting in the habit of beginning something and completing it. You actually are completing something, so you're developing better habits for yourself, if that makes sense.
Do I feel like I've matured, Briar? I hope not. I'm not one of these people who thinks like maturity is the sum total of existence. If I have matured, that's cool. If I haven't, that's cool too. You know, I don't. I'm sure I've changed or maybe grown in some areas. So if we're calling that maturity, sure. You know, I don't mind growth. I'll say that. That's the term. Like if I've grown in some areas, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know, but I don't. I'll admit I don't really like the word mature. Like I'm very immature. You should see the stuff I laugh at.
Then
Yeah,
you want
I'm
some
silly.
hot
I'm
fries?
very mature. Love it. Love it.
You sure? I got the bag up here. Okay.
Oh, you're in the A, so nature walks hit or miss because of the weather. Yeah, traveling. It's you know that's why I love spring, summer, fall. When I can get out in nature whenever I want to. You know.
Mhm. I got them in the bag for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's clean, man.
Well, Lakers, if I deleted the comment, I'm not going to say why I deleted it. It wasn't that bad. It was just something I don't like to. Anyway, but people always say that when I delete a comment, like, what was it? Like, I'm not going to say what it was if I deleted it. Because that was the whole point. I deleted it. Respectfully. Sorry to hear that other side. And I hope that changes for you. And I know it is possible for it to change. There was times when I wish I, wasn't here and never been born. And I was given the time to grow out of that, you know what I mean? And get to see the amazing, beautiful thing that life could be. But I agree with you, it is very stressful. We've created a very stressful society. And I do everything, I do a lot in my power to try to change that. And a lot of the reason I live my life the way I do is to try to diminish the stress. Sometimes the stress is not on us, but I've noticed that when I'm trying to live a life like everyone else, my life is a lot more stressful. And when I start just living the life I want to live, because it's my life and I can do it if I want to, it's not as stressful because I naturally make decisions to live a not stressful life because I don't like stress. So, hang in there. Would I apply jobs that the company has posted, but maybe I actually have a listed hiring date? Sure. I'll just call them or email them.
Daniel and I, we didn't turn this into the Timothy Ward movie theater.
Very true.
And if I'm concerned about that, I'll just call them and email them, or I'll just apply, and then when they call me for the interview, I just ask. So yeah, I'm still.
You drink into the
If I'm interested in a job, I apply. And then we'll see if we can get it to work out. Life's getting better as for me getting older. Let's go. Janine, I've never encountered a grizzly. And I be in the woods all the time. Y'all know.
People be asking hell of a questions, y'all. Somebody just asked Timothy Ward about a grizzly bear.
Grizzly bears, huh?
Y'all don't see me over the years, woods all over the country. The only time I've seen bears, they were either I was in a car driving and they're like, oh, there's a bear, or they were way in the distance. Bear encounters are not as frequent as you think. And bear encounters that end badly for the humans are not as frequent as you think. You can Google it right now. Ask ChatGPT. In the United States in 2024,
I want to say.
how many
something
bear
on this.
encounters were there that ended painfully for humans? It'll be like 12 or something. Like it's not. Out of all the people,
Did you know
millions of people go to national parks.
What you
every-
say, Dan?
if you use ChatGPT for 5 hours, it makes you pay for it now?
Oh, wow. Did y'all hear what Daniel said?
It's a
If
new
you
thing.
use Chat GPT for 5 hours straight or just total?
In total.
So if I use an hour today, 4 hours tomorrow, that's my 5 hours?
Yep. It
Oh,
makes you pay for to do other things. You can still text it, but you can't really send images or cheat on your class grades or stuff like that.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
So Daniel's saying you can't cheat on your class grade. So if you use Chat
You
GPT,
know, I'm not a cheater though. Yeah.
he's not a cheater.
Yeah. No.
I haven't used Chat GPT at all. I'm old school. I'm gonna keep using Google and AI until it is no more. I don't need Chat GPT. I'm just
Google is AI.
Yeah, I know Google is AI, but I'm gonna keep using that. I don't see all that advanced stuff.
Google and ChatGPT are the
I'm
same thing,
advanced
just
to a
advanced.
certain degree, but not always. I can be advanced or not advanced. So either way. But
Well,
thanks for letting me know that,
They're
Daniel.
the same thing, just different names, to be honest.
Yeah, they
'Cause
Chat
now-
GPT has more to look up though.
No, because now they have Google Gemini.
Google Gemini? What's Google Gemini?
It's AI.
They have some called Google Gemini, which is an AI. That's complicated to me. Thanks, Daniel.
Welcome.
national parks every year. Now, national parks are hot. National parks are up. So many people going to national parks. People getting frustrated. Took me an hour to get in Yosemite. You know, millions of people. National parks overcrowded. Ask ChatGPT how many bad bear encounters were there in national parks last year, or not even just national parks, in all of America last year. Yeah, okay, no, I just.
I hope to God I never see a bear approach me. Ooh, that would be scary.
Out there, you know. But if you just think about the news, they'll make it seem like people are getting attacked by grizzlies all the
Save some
time.
of those too, just so you know.
D. Thompson about to go on a Whataburger. Ain't mad at that. I like that comment, Penelope. That was good. So you don't take yourself too seriously, which is a sign of maturity. No.
You're
I'm
welcome.
gonna go wash my hands.
Okay.
Y'all
Like
have
and
maturity.
subscribe. YouTube.
What you say,
Y'all
Daniel?
I said like, share, and subscribe, or I will come and find you. You don't want me to come and find you, because you'll disappear.
Maturity on the street. No, I'm about to start telling immature jokes.
Oh,
Man.
we can do it up here. Thank you.
I like that. That was good. Jared Byrne, thank you. Supercat Squad, thank you so much. Let me give you a like on that. So thank you for your insight and positivity. You are welcome, and thank you for the abundance, for the love. Thank you. Yeah, we keep that positivity on deck. You know, I just think it's needed in the world. Like, so much negativity, so much violence, so much hatred. Ugh, blah. Ugh. Yeah, you just want to tap into something, positive. Oh, that's the heater. I'm like, what is that noise? It's the heater. I got wall heaters. So the heat doesn't come on. Like it, the wall heaters. They just start making weird noises. You trying to run an ultra marathon for me? Okay. I see you, Goggins. No, I don't go to the movie theater for me. No. I'll just wait and stream it. I'll just wait and stream it, when I get home, or when it comes on straight. Yeah. Now I do want to work in a movie theater. I think that would be cool, but I don't want to go to them.
Working at a movie theater, it seems like it would be a lot of fun, y'all.
GMAC, so they don't have a car and won't for a while, and I'm having anxiety over the lack of control and certainty that seems to come with that. Do you have any advice or pointers about that? You have come to the right place. You have come to the right place. I will say this. Once again, I think it's normal for you to be having that anxiety. I think it's important we live in a society now where like anxiety is like the worst thing. It's natural. So obviously, you go from having a car, not having a car, you're anxious over like, dang, like it's gonna be different. Here's the thing, worst thing, it's natural. So obviously, you go from having a car, not having a car, you're anxious over like, dang, like it's gonna be different. Here's the thing, you do what you have to do. And so you'll notice in life a lot of times beforehand, while we're thinking about what might happen, we're very anxious. But then as it's happening, we just do what we have to do. And so that's the thing for me.
I would call that like your flight and fight mode. You just, whatever situation you're faced with, you'll be able to handle it no matter what.
The car is like, if I need to get somewhere, I just got to get there. So either I have to figure out public transportation, I have to walk, which I do a lot. I have to take Uber. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a walking man here, y'all. And he's appears to be the correct body weight. I think Timothy Ward is tall, but he's the correct body weight. He's not fat. He's not morbidly obese. He looks like the normal body weight.
I just have to figure it out.
And you know what I consider normal body weight, y'all? When you go to rush.edu. So if you Google average weight, and then you go to that Rush University link, and then you click on that link, scroll down, it'll give you for every height, or the most of the normal heights from tall to short to average, it'll give you the height, normal weight, overweight, and obese. And if you ain't on the chart, you morbidly obese.
Yeah. And so I think beforehand, yeah, there's anxiety. How am I going to do it? I don't have as much control, and you don't. But what'll happen is, like with everything in life, you just do what you have to do. You got to get to work. You can't drive there. So yeah, you either take the bus, you take the train, you bike, you walk. Like you just figure it out. And so it's, for me, it's really not that bad. And two, once you get over the ideal of like, oh, everybody's looking at me, look at this broke dude, he ain't got no car. Once you get past all that, which you're still the same person, car or no car.
And I wouldn't care what nobody think. Don't ever let nobody look down on you for not having something that they ain't gonna pay for you. So a person will say, well, you ain't got no car. Ha 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 ha. You ain't got no car, but they not paying for your car neither. So if you ain't got no car, you ain't got no car payments.
I mean, you just gotta do what you gotta do, like, and then the anxiety goes away because like you know how to do it.
Timothy Ward been going without a car for years, y'all. And he's making bank on YouTube.
I know this guy, after a couple weeks or whatever of figuring out how to get what we need to get, that anxiety goes away.
Mm-hmm.
And then, especially like, depending on where you live. Like, if you live somewhere that has like Uber, as long as you
That's true.
have the money, you can get someone to pick you up from anywhere and take you anywhere. Even if you use that as like your hold card because you don't want to spend the money, just know worst case scenario, I just call an Uber. Game changing. No matter where I'm at in the city, worst case scenario, I gotta pay this $20 to go. Fine,
Yeah, if you ain't got no vehicle, make sure you have an Uber app available to you at all times. Because the thing is, it's fine not to have a vehicle, but I do not believe in being stranded. Now, that's a totally separate situation. Being stranded, just because you don't have a vehicle doesn't mean you have to be stranded, y'all. Never stranded, okay?
But you might find, like I do, like I really enjoy walking, and like to me it's kind of like I look at the people in cars and I laugh at them because I'm like, bro,
I'm gonna put a video in the description box on the benefits of walking, y'all.
I'm out, like especially like it's snowing and raining and stuff. It's, to me it's conditioning. You know what I mean? Like it's conditioning. If it could be 10 degrees outside and icy and I still walk 30 minutes to work, that's props. You know what I mean? That's props. I'm putting myself in a very uncomfortable situation on a regular basis and I'm doing it. Just my walk to work is growth. Whereas like anybody can hop in a car and drive to work. Anybody can walk to work if they really want to do. But you know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I think I'll be laughing. I have to stop myself because I'll be laughing on the side of the road as I'm walking because like I know people are looking at me and just being like this, and I'm like, bro, like it's like a badge of honor. Like I'm not here walking.
Some people be sitting in their cars and they be jealous, y'all. See, they be jealous sometimes too because somebody that's sitting in their vehicle that has not walked or worked out and they are an adult, 300 pounds, 400 pounds, 500 pounds. I think after about 500 pounds or 400 pounds, right about 500 pounds, that's when somebody's getting to the point where they can't drive anymore. Okay. So, and not that they physically can't drive, but they're too big to sit in the driver's seat in most vehicles. No different than the airplanes. Okay, so after you get so big, you need two seats. And I'm not making fun of it, I'm just saying. So this sister told me many years ago, she said, yeah, with a vehicle, people be gaining weight and they keep getting bigger. The more they drive, the bigger they get, is what the sister said. And she went without a car, and she had a real nice body shape, you know. So people may think people are like looking down on you when you're walking, but some of them gonna be jealous too, because they know that they not looking that way because they driving all the time. Now, some people are well disciplined; they can drive and then park their vehicle and walk, but a lot of people can't. Huh?
You should read the text I sent you to live.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
Did you just call too?
No, I just texted you.
Who just called then?
I didn't call, I text you.
Oh, okay, hold on.
You read that text to the live and you guys tell what your thoughts are. I want to hear your thoughts, yeah. You go read it. I like that. Yeah, good job. And explain to the live too.
Okay. So Daniel says, Mother Master, I would like to explain something honestly. I would like to go. I'm gonna leave the place blank, go to a particular place tomorrow so I can learn new things, study, get some books that he can't find at the regular store. Being in a quiet space is important for my personal growth and education. Okay, so Daniel, he likes to get out and go to more places. So that's fine. Daniel, where's your card?
What is that?
Do you still have a library card?
Yes, ma'am.
Where?
It's on my phone picture.
Oh, you have a picture of it?
Yes, sir.
So how long would you be there?
For 2 hours or 3.
Okay. So we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it
Yeah, I
out.
don't mind.
Mhm.
But it's like the thing is with school being out, you're still like going to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way, because you're just going to a different location. So the time ain't here. If you're there every day, it's
Just
just,
never there.
huh?
Never there.
Yeah, you can go, but I'm just saying if you go every day,
I don't go every day.
it's just like you at school.
Name the last time I went to the library.
Oh, you ain't been. I'm saying if you go now, if you go every day, you ain't getting a break from school. That's what I'm
I
saying.
ain't going every day.
Huh?
Tomorrow's is one day.
Huh?
Tomorrow's is one day.
So ain't no fishy stuff going on?
No fishy stuff going on. I just like going to the library, Something wrong?
Let me see your eyes. Okay.
Okay.
So you mean this genuinely?
Yep.
Okay, this was a nice text. Did you type this
Yep.
or talk through the thing?
I don't talk to her. I type.
You type, okay, that's nice.
Typing is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, but you're not getting the benefit of being out of school. Well, you don't have to go early neither.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
They close at 8, so it's Tuesday.
Yeah, but you don't want to be there too late.
No, I never.
Yeah, because that's when
It's coming out at night.
a lot of these libraries they got a lot of drug abuse going on. The dealers and drug abusers. You
I can't
feel,
go to the library anymore.
huh?
I can't go to the library anymore.
I didn't say you couldn't go. I'm just you have to be
I'm
aware of
aware.
what's around there
No,
too.
I'm already aware.
Okay, so you're not part of that culture there.
I ain't a part of the culture. I'm a part of the going on computer culture.
Going on a computer, and then what kind of stuff you gonna be doing on the computer?
I'm gonna be looking at facts and stuff. I'm trying to get my YouTube going like yours. Now I want to do it on the computer. Like you'll see.
You have to log out of it though, Daniel. At the
I already
library,
know that.
yeah, you can't be logged in your YouTube
I already know.
because somebody will delete every video on your channel.
I know. And on my phone, I can't use the things I want to use to do videos and stuff.
Oh, you want to do more? Yeah, okay.
So,
Yeah, do something more. The only thing I don't like about going to the library is sitting there playing on them silly games.
I don't need to play
Yeah.
games.
Now, if you at the
Games are boring
library
now, so
using better editing,
that's why that's what I'm
more
trying to do.
sophisticated editing,
I'm trying to edit
but the
it.
thing is, you have to log out your YouTube. Yeah. So, yeah, that's cool. Thanks for letting me know. I don't have a problem with it.
I'm out here walking, bro. I'm doing this. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm a bit extreme. But my point is, once you start doing it, I think all that anxiety will go away because like you're actually doing it.
Okay, so let me read the whole text message Daniel sent. Because I've been kind of strict, y'all. You know, the thing is with teenagers, once they go through that hurdle and they start getting off track, I'm kind of like, you have to build trust with me. When I'm your mother or your manager or a leader or mentor in your life, you got to earn trust back. So I'll read the text. I'm going to read the complete text that Daniel sent. We're texting each other and in the same house. So it says, Mother Massa, I want to explain something. Honestly, I would like to go to the library tomorrow so I can learn new things, study and check out books that I can't find at Fred Meyer. Reading and being in a quiet learning space is important for my personal growth and education. Staying at home every day while I'm on winter break can affect my mental state, and I can feel overwhelmed when I'm out of school and I'm at home all day. And it can make me feel restless, okay? When I don't have a change of environment especially when I'm out of school on winter break. Going to the library helps me stay balanced, focused, and calm. It's a healthy outlet for me, not a distraction. Okay. Daniel says, I also want you to know that I'm not trying to avoid. Oh, goodness. Daniel says, sorry about that, y'all. Daniel says, I also want you to know that I am not trying to avoid responsibilities. I will help you clean and take care of what needs to be done at home. I'm only asking for a short break so I can reset my mind, learn, and come back more productive and positive. I'm asking for your understanding and support because this is something that genuinely helps me grow and stay mentally healthy. Wow, such a beautiful text. Boy, I tell you, when you go through them legal battles and take those little vacations, y'all, you come back, you be texting like you a lawyer now, huh? So I'm gonna say no problem. Daniel, such a beautiful and intelligent text. I wish I could have had a mother like me when I was a teenager. Ain't no telling what I could have been in life, you know? I could have Daniel and be a millionaire, you know? But I feel like a millionaire in many other ways, you know? So, okay. So let's get back to this live, y'all.
Hey, Praveen coming through again. Thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you so much. Hey, glad you said your streams always.
Hopefully one day I'll be getting the Super Chat Squad. I don't know how all that stuff works with getting super chats and stuff. But I'll get there one day.
Improve my mood, Tim. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. That is the goal. You know, I said Alan Watts always does that for me. And, you know, I'm sure I fall very short of his level of, you know.
Oh, I have an Alan Watts playlist, I think, y'all. I think I sure do. I think I have an Alan Watts playlist on my channel. I'll double check just to make sure, but I'm positive that I have an Alan Watts playlist. I love Alan Watts. You will find that if you get into watching Timothy Ward, you'll be surprised how many things you have in common with him. This is one thing I know for sure. If you're coming to my channel, there's a lot you're gonna like about Timothy Ward as well. And you'll find what's that word? Let me try to think of the word. Like-minded. Yeah, like-minded. You want to be around and influenced and, you know, be in the same midst of like-minded people, you know. So yeah, I think I got an Alan Watts playlist. I'm gonna check that just to make sure. But
No, speaking, but I've always said I wanted to try to do that. It's like if my streams could, you know, or my videos could, someone feels better or more.
This is my Alan Watts, you know, because Alan Watts is deceased, of course. But this is the black version of Alan Watts. His name is Timothy Ward.
Peace or whatever after watching one or listening to one. That's what I'm trying to achieve. So thank you for saying that for me. Thank you. How did I get a car and apartment before in Colorado when I wasn't making much money to lie? Probably YouTube. Yeah, probably YouTube. John, hope you get better soon. What up, Hikes with Mike?
And you can tell some of these people that's leaving the comments in Timothy Ward's chat, they're what I would call his regulars, people that are on quite a bit of his lives or on most of his lives. I mean, you got some people that ain't gonna miss a live.
I mean, yeah, Bobby, you know, if you on the Greyhound and you know, but here's the thing, pretty much everybody on Greyhound, I'd say not everybody, half the people on Greyhound have like valuables and important documents and stuff with it, you know? So it's just one of the things where like get from here to there, I'm doing it on Greyhound.
Oh,
So-
speaking of valuables, oh my goodness. When I went to Texas, boy, I tell you, they had I made them find my bag though. It's no way that y'all ain't got my bag. So they ended up finding it, but that particular bag, I think it had part of my funeral clothes that I needed to wear to be at the funeral service, and I think the shoes I had on. Now don't get me wrong, it ain't like I'm wearing no $1 million dress, but that dress I had on was a couple hundred. It was a it looked cheap to the outside world, but I paid a little money for that dress. It was like about $200. It sure was. Now, the shoes I wore was not as expensive, my boot shoes, but they was comfortable though. So I made sure it was Frontier Airlines. And they was like, no, we can't find the bag. And then Frontier Airlines, they charge you so much money. I just was not aware of that whole system. So Frontier Airlines, with the way they do that baggage and charging for your bags and stuff, I mean, you gotta have like one little duffel bag and that's it. But they found my bag because I'm like, my bag is back there. I had like about $400 or $500 worth of stuff in that bag. Just the dress alone was $200, and the shoes was about $40. Got them on sale, but yeah, I was like, nah, y'all finding that bag because I need my dress for the funeral. So I found it. It worked out. They did end up giving me, because of the inconvenience, Frontier Airlines was very polite and they ended up giving me a $75 credit on my card. So that helped. I mean, so they were able to kind of refund me for the inconvenience, you know, because for like a couple of hours or more, my bag was lost. You know, I had to stand there and wait and do all that stuff. So yeah, they gave me a little refund. But that's where Frontier Airlines gets you. They charge you, they say, oh, well, a round trip ticket is $200. But you end up paying, it's a long story. It worked out. I cannot complain about it. The One Most High in heaven made it so myself and all my sons were able to be there at the funeral. So I feel blessed, you know. It's really nice, you know, when you go to somebody's funeral, I don't care who they are, and y'all relationship is not at its best, you're being kind. You're showing your respect and stuff like that. But I love my relative. May she rest in peace. I'll always love her and have a special place for her in my soul. And I can't say if somebody going to heaven or hell. I don't know that. Only the Lord knows that. But yeah, that happened with the I just thought about that luggage thing, you know, when Timothy Ward mentions what he's saying.
So are half the people on this bus, you know, probably in a similar situation.
Sometimes when people pass away, y'all, you feel free. You know, you're free. You know, when you don't have the best relationship with somebody and one of you got to pass away first, it's over. You're free of it, right? The Lord's taking care of it. So, you know, when you hear people, like you might think, okay, I'm not sounding like I'm grieving and stuff, but I did grieve. But remaining in grief ain't what the Lord wants. And I'm just going to be honest, you know, a lot of people, when they really grieve heavily, they're really attached to the person and they really was close. For real, that's what it's about. You know, so just appreciate the good you had with somebody, you know, appreciate the good times and stuff like that. But yeah, be aware of that baggage scam. You know, them real cheap tickets. Because I think I got the tickets through what that cheap air flights.com or whatever. But that baggage scam, I mean, it's horrible. And then don't miss your flight and not get that little insurance. That's another $500. That trip was almost $4,000, y'all. For real.
Probably in a similar situation. You know, if somebody wants to try to take it off me, they're gonna have to take it off me. You know, that's the mind frame I get into when I'm traveling, and I think you have to. If somebody gonna try to do something to me, they gonna have to come with it. You know, you just have to have
Earl
it.
Timothy Ward got his gangster on, y'all. He gangster.
And then you don't have to worry about it. I mean, there's still be situations where you get a little nervous. But like that's my mindset whenever I'm traveling. It's just like if somebody's gonna do something, they're gonna have to do it. They're gonna have to come correct with it. Just because you try to rob me don't mean you're gonna rob me. Just because you try to harm me don't mean you're gonna harm me. I hope you know what you're doing up here on this Greyhound bus. You know what I mean? So like you just have to have that attitude, like male, female, whatever. That's why, you know, society loves to have this idea of like trying to scare females from solo traveling. But I know so many females have that same idea, you know, that same mindset. You know, I want to see the country, I want to see the world. I'm gonna do it by myself. And if someone tries to do something to me, well, they just gonna have to try. And I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to defend myself, whatever that might be. I'm a grown man, I'm a grown woman. Let's go. Like, yeah. And I feel like people can feel that on you. When you walk around like that, I think the wolves can sense it. You know, there's a reason wild animals go after certain. It'd be a whole pack of gazelles. They only go after one or two. You know, they're all gazelles. Why don't they pick that one? They pick the one that like seems weaker, that seems if you travel like that, but if you just now that doesn't mean put yourself in situations where, you know, you're outnumbered by the wolves. There's been a couple. I remember at the Tampa Greyhound station. I walked all the way down the road to the Popeyes to use the bathroom. Popeyes, McDonald's, it was something. I was not going up in that bathroom with all them hyenas up in there. I don't know what they was doing in there. I know what they were doing in there. I don't know what they was doing in there. But I wasn't gonna go up in there and get caught up in it. They robbed me. Them boys had that bathroom staked out. You was not going in that bathroom coming out without paying a toll. At least the way it looked to me. But yeah, I feel like if you just, you know, have that ideal of just like, not to mention I got, you know, divine protection. Anyway, moving on. Hey, Lonely Girl TV, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you. My chair just popped. Thank you, Lonely Girl TV. Thank you. Appreciate that love. Thank you. When are you gonna change your picture back to being a real picture? I'm just messing with you. Do you? Yeah, Uber's a great way to meet people. Big Pelican, how you doing? Yeah, the sunset where I'm at, the sun sets around 4:30, 5 o'clock here, I think, which is the winter solstice. So the days are gonna start getting longer slowly from here on out. So I'm good for it. I'm happy about that. Sorry, I was reading. Someone stole your suitcase at the airport. I mean, things can't happen. Things can happen, but like up until the moment it happens, and I mean, even if it does happen, I'm still gonna keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I mean, empty can. Do you feel bad for holding a grudge? I will say, since you asked. Now I would not volunteer this up, but you did ask. Um, and first off, sorry to hear about your brother passing. I know it was in the past, but just want to acknowledge that. Sorry to hear that. The question I would ask myself in that situation is, do I want to go and be with my family for Christmas? And am I just not doing it because I'm trying to prove a point? And if it's true that you really want to be there, well, then go be with your family. Now, if you don't want to be there, well, then don't go. But if you really would prefer to be there, like at the end of the day, if you want to be around friends and family, but you're not doing it because you're trying to prove a point, which is what holding a grudge is, that doesn't, like, years later, you're not going to look back and be like, I'm so glad I held that grudge. But you might look back and be like, oh man, 2026 Christmas when I was there with the fam, that was amazing. Got to see, blah, 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 blah. That's the type of stuff we look back on. Time spent with loved ones, we look back on and are happy about. I don't know anybody who ever looked back and was like, I'm so happy on their deathbed, was like, I'm so glad I held them grudges.
Thank you.
And if someone says that, they're probably on their deathbed alone. You know what I mean? So that would be the only question I ask myself, is like, am I doing this because I really just don't want to be around family, which is fine? Or am I trying to prove a point? And who am I hurting proving this point? If it is being petty, they all hanging out together and they got each other and they're just missing one person, whereas you by yourself missing everybody. You see what I'm saying? That would be the only thing I ask myself. Yeah, Only Girl TV, that was a good story on there. Oh, I thought about it. Oh, I thought about it.
You know what I do more and more, y'all, is I put my stuff on do not disturb. I sure do. I've learned to do that. And people don't mean to be a distraction. That's not it. But I take my lives or my live videos kind of serious, right? So see, like if I didn't have this device on do not disturb, I'm using 3 devices, y'all. I got a speaker, I got a device for the live, and I got a device that I'm controlling the speaker with, the Bluetooth speaker. I have a Bluetooth speaker. So even though I mentioned on the last live or two that I don't wear the Bluetooth on my ear because it used to give me massive headaches back in the day, I do use other Bluetooth devices like speakers and stuff like that. And so I will connect to Bluetooth. I just don't put it on my ear no more. I don't at all. And so I like to be out of my head. When you had them earpieces in, you just locked in your head. And that brings a lot of anxiety to these youth and teenagers and adults, So yeah, so I just want to add that.
If I had a reset button, and I could like go and do something in life for like 30 minutes and then reset back to, if I could drop a save, and if it was like a video game, I would have dropped a save right there. I probably would have went in the back of that bus. I don't judge me. Judge me. That girl's wearing them pants. I'd have dropped a save, went in the back of the bus, and then reloaded my
Timothy Ward, silly.
I would have found out what exactly.
You know how some people, when they laugh, they make you laugh. That's how he is. Like, even if the joke is not funny to you, just him laughing makes you laugh. He's silly. Y'all.
Oh man, I would drop the save. And then,
Hello to whomever just came in. I'm in a Timothy Ward live, on a live with you. So we doing a live together here. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe.
you know, I would have reloaded because I'm sure I would have came down with all kinds of things I couldn't get rid of. But I'd have dropped a save and then went back. You know, Jose walking the streets of New York City confidently when you were there. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, that's just sometimes you just gotta, you know, put your big girl pants on and just, you know, do it. Oh yeah, well, it's okay. If you don't want to be there, then fine. I mean, that's more important. Is it petty? Is it not? Like, but if you don't want,
One of the things I like about Timothy Ward, and you will feel this when you're on his channel, he's not a control freak, right? He's very organized and supportive, but he's not like he always on his channel, and I try to do it here too. You will notice sometimes in my lives I will say I suggest, or this is just my advice. So I try to be the same way as well. You know, giving people options, like you don't want to come off too controlling with people. So that's one of the things I like about his lives and his regular videos. You know, he always is like, whatever you want to do. Basically, it's like Timothy Ward, his attitude is he's down and supportive of what you want to do, long as it ain't no criminal activity. I hope that makes sense. And within a world where there's so much judgment of you and me and Timothy and everyone else, it's nice to have that, someone making you feel like, it's your choice, long as it ain't nothing you doing bad. You're not robbing a bank, you're not assaulting anybody, it's what you want to do. So I like that. And he's consistently been like that since I've been watching Timothy Ward. I mean, I started watching Timothy Ward, I think around 2019, 20, 2018, somewhere around there. I had watched, I was a viewer for 2 to 3 years before I started my channel. And I got a call coming in here. I can't answer it. I'm on the live, I can't answer it. So that do not disturb option really helps. And I'm gonna tell you this, y'all. Sometimes people that are not really supportive of what you're doing, those will be the people that's being a distraction to you unintentionally. Because there's something telling them to call you, right? But they're not supporting what you're doing at all. And I'm disconnecting from people, y'all. I'm so tired of people. If I ask you more than once, it's a problem. When you are asking people to stop a behavior, I talked about this on my last live that I just uploaded, and you telling somebody over and over to stop a behavior, it's just senseless. I'm really going into this upcoming year my goal is to better take care of my mind. I think that's an area where I need to like refresh it. Um, Victoria Unfiltered, she uses this term, um, downloads, like getting blessings. Basically, it's like her way of wording blessing. Like, so she'll say she's got a download. That means some information, a blessing, some good news, something came to her attention. She calls it a download. I'm going to call it a blessing or awareness, is what I'll call it. But I want going into the new year, I'm going to use the Victoria Unfiltered word. I want better downloads in my life. And because some of the downloads that I've attracted over the past 12 months, they're not good downloads. But at least I know they're not good downloads. That's why I've been doing the videos, narcissists and text messaging, and I have some more I got to do. You know what? The narcissists and text messaging, I could be doing those for the next 5 years. I'm serious, because I began talking about the text messaging, but the unique thing about my narcissist and text messaging series, I also have a playlist, is that we get into a detailed subject. It's not just the text. We get into perspectives and philosophies and the homework of what to do. And it's a case by case basis. And you know what's happening? I'm finding that, like today, I received a business alert text. So those videos are helping me out, because it's also helping me navigate with you, because we're kind of doing it together. And it seems like I want to check my text messages more now. I'm like, oh, let's see what's in there, because I'm getting rid of the chaos. Okay. So again, fair use, y'all. Let me click back on this Timothy Ward live. I hope y'all are enjoying the live with Timothy Ward and the commentary that I'm doing as well. Fair use, y'all.
You don't want to be there, then you're fine. Just don't go. Case closed. And that's, but yeah, Lene, that's two different things, you know? Maintaining a boundary is usually coming from a place of, like, a healthy place. It's like, I've identified the people over there, we don't need to mix.
Yeah, I like how you just said that.
Putting up a boundary. Grudge is usually like somebody did something, you don't like it. You know, grudge seems like it comes from a place of more of a negative place, whereas boundaries are more of a positive, you know. Like, no one's ever like genuinely done, like, say somebody like was rude to your kids. You're not gonna be like, oh, I'm holding a grudge against them. You're gonna be like, nah, we don't go over there no more.
And Timothy Ward does not have children, y'all, and he does just fine. You gotta understand and come to the reality of different lifestyles, y'all. Everybody ain't got 200 kids. And it's a stereotype that all men have a bunch of them too. Timothy Ward ain't got any.
We don't go over there no more because they don't know how to respect my kids. You would never say I'm holding a grudge against them. Nah. You would be like, nah.
But he's very kid friendly to his viewers. You see, he still mentions kids. He don't hate kids. Just because he doesn't have his own biological kids doesn't mean he hates kids.
Don't allow certain things with my family, and I'm not, dealing with it no more. It's like, even in our own vocabulary, we kind of, give off whether it's a good or a, listen, man, I'm kind of.
Speaking of family, in the description box, I'm gonna put this video of this old video I was watching of this YouTuber. She had a highly narcissistic mom, and she went no contact. I'm gonna put that video. It's a really good video. Even if it doesn't apply to you, you can share it with somebody that is in a situation where it's best for them to be in a no contact with their mother.
I'm kind of holding a grudge. Like, we know, you know, if that makes any sense. Hey, Alexander the Great, appreciate that. Sending much love right back to you. Accepting the love, sending it right back to you. Praveen, no, Pop, I don't see Pops as much in the live streams. I know he still watches the channel because he actually called me a couple of days ago and wanted to talk about one of the shorts I did, which is always cool. You know what I mean? And like positively.
Oh, that's nice. Timothy Ward's father is supporting the channel.
You know, it is a big thing, even at this age. They had to call me and say, hey, that video you did the other day, I really like what you said. That made a lot of sense. That's how I know I'm on the right track. Because like I said, my dad's a very intelligent man, as both my parents. And so
when you have parents that way, that compliment you and, you know, they say, you know, something you said was smart or that was nice, that was good. You're very blessed. I mean, not just parents, like even having friends that are uplifting in that way. I'm not gonna lie, you know, it was something like with my grandmother. Once I moved out of state, even when I was there with her, I mean, I don't know how she was when I was like very young, but there was never anything she said to me that she said I did well. And I mean nothing. And that's a sign that your parent is jealous of you, y'all. It is. You might not want to believe that your own grandmother or parents can be slightly envious or jealous, but they can be. That's a major red flag. I don't care who is doing it. If you're a non-drug addict, even if my children are on drugs, y'all, I still find something positive to say to them, especially for a child that's not cussing you out and they're not disrespectful. But there was nothing good my grandmother ever said. She never wished me the best, but she did take the time when I told my grandmother and I called her and I let her know I would be staying in this state. She did take the time to wish horrible luck on me. She did do that, but she never said, good job, keep trying your best. She never said, I miss you. I mean, it was horrible. My grandmother, I will say this, she was about 50 years older than me. So there was a great generational gap as well. So I have to keep that in mind. You know, my mother would be a little bit more encouraging, you know, or at least my mother at least would sound happy if I accomplished something, even if she didn't say it was good per se. You could hear like a joy in her voice. So I did get that from my mother. But yeah, that's one of the things. So I'm pointing that out to say, don't underestimate a parent that, you know, do a good job or keep up the great work. And that's what Timothy Ward has with his father, you know. So that's a real blessing to have that. Never underestimate it, because not everybody has that. You know, and I forgive my grandmother. I'm not mad with her, but that's just a memory I'll have of her. That she never, I was just thinking earlier, you know, how there was a domestic violence incident with my ex-husband. And I remember this. I was thinking about this earlier today, how everything me and my ex-husband had, my name was on it. That was a 50-50 marriage, pretty much. I always had a decent job. That man was not my provider. I was never no housewife. Every time he drop a check in the bank, I'm dropping one in there too. But my grandmother, I don't think she could really see or understand that or respect it. So at the time, when my ex-husband, I'll never forget it, he had blacked my eye really bad. I had a horrific black eye. And I thank my grandmother because she did threaten him and told him that she willing to go to prison if he don't stop it. But the problem with the phone call, you know, as she's talking to him, you know, and I'm listening to the whole conversation of what she's saying, I remember she said, hold on, y'all. I remember my grandmother said, she said, well, why don't you just send Irene back? Instead of doing her like that, send her back. But the thing is with that, it was weird because I knew this in my soul. I don't need to return to her. I just got another one I got to get rid of because I fled her emotional abuse and her physical abuse as well. There was times when she was physically abusive with me. I talked about it in one of my lives. So I knew this in my soul that I don't need to be sent back like I'm a package. She made me feel like I was like a package. You know, if you, instead of doing Irene like that, just send her back. He can't send me back because I'm not a package. I'm a human being. And I'd already told my grandmother when she said, oh, I'll be back. I'm not going back there. I didn't want to be beat up by my ex-husband, but I also don't want to be emotionally beat by her. I never returned to her, ever. I just wouldn't do it. So what I ultimately ended up doing was getting rid of him too. Both of them abusers. You don't leave one abuser to return to another one. I was not going to go into another stage of abuse with her. It just felt horrible. But at the time she said to my ex-husband, and I know she meant well as far as the part with letting him know that she'll hurt him if he continued to hit whatever, but he can't send me back because I'm not a package and I'm not his child. You know, him and my grandmother, they sat on the phone and talked about me like I was like their child. And I'm not neither one of their child. Even though my grandmother raised me part of my life, and she was there for me from the moment I was born. But I did not live with my grandmother my entire life. I didn't. I lived with my grandmother for a portion of my life. And I would say the majority of my life, but not my whole life, because I did live with my mother and other relatives as well. I didn't just live with my grandmother. She wasn't the only one I lived with. So I give everybody credit. But the thing is, I had, at the time, I had a brand new, beautiful, pretty green Honda Accord with the sunroof and everything. It was so pretty. Tinted windows, sunroof. I had a brand new Honda Accord. me and my ex-husband, we were in a rental house because we hadn't bought a house. We were renting a little cute little house in the outskirts of Seattle. And at that point, I had 2 children. And I had a decent job. I went to college, graduated from high school. I was doing pretty good. I mean, everything my ex-husband had, I had as well. Like I said, I was in a 50-50 marriage. But my grandmother and my ex-husband, they talked about me with me standing there listening as if I was like their child, and I'm not. And that's one of the things she never fully understood. I mean, I get you raising me, that's fine, but I'm not her child. So at the end of the day, and I don't think my grandmother ever processed this. So whatever she does to me or don't do for me, which would be the ignoring me and the severe emotional neglect, I would have to say this: the emotional neglect was severe. I'm going to finally just say it for what it is. Her emotional neglect was severe. And if I wouldn't have been the type of girl I was, her emotional neglect was so severe, she could have drove me to suicide. But being suicidal is not my nature. So I just ended up getting really blessed with the type of soul and the type of nature I have, because being suicidal is not my nature. Okay. But her emotional neglect, especially how it ended when I left, that was severe, y'all. Very severe. I'm going to just call it for what it is. It's okay to recognize something for what it is. Did she mean to do it? Did she ever accept she did it? Was I able to ever communicate what she did to her? No. You cannot communicate with somebody that's acting like a narcissist. When they're behaving like a narcissist, you can't communicate with them. When I told my grandmother I wasn't coming back, to be honest, and that was my way of showing empathy. I had lived with her and my grandmother had raised me. So the right thing to do is to let her know I'm not going to return to live. I went back to St. Louis to visit her, but I did not return to live. But not only did she never tell me anything good about myself, never, she also wished horrific things happen. I mean, she just wished borderline death on me. And my mother said this to me one time. My mother said, it's what people say to you that can hurt you the most. That was one of my mother's quotes and teachings that my mother said to me. And it's true. Right now, I'm talking about it. What my grandmother did not say. She could have just as well opted out to be a grandmother. I think that would have been the best. I did a live about this when I talked about the wrong placement. The wrong placement was the name of the live that I did. And that's where things are happening, not because people are so diabolical or wicked. You're in the wrong placement. And I'm going to say it again. I think it was a better placement for me. I don't think my grandmother's residence was the best and only place I could have been. But see, the thing is, I was picked up from my mother's house by James and taken to my grandmother's. I was picked up. Okay. Wasn't no custody battle. They wasn't fighting all in court like these white and black folks do nowadays. All in superior court fighting over kids. We wasn't doing all of that. I was picked up and brought to my grandmother's. James picked me up, and I was not placed. My mother did not place me. And ultimately, who has the worst karma on them is my mother. Because as a mother, you should take the time to place your child in the best location. But my mother didn't care. She did not take the time to place me or my baby sister. She did not place us properly. And that, my grandmother did live out more of her days than my mother did. She sure did. My mother didn't make it past 55. So my grandmother at least lived till she was almost 80. So I could say she did, because she provided a place for me. And I had great times at my grandmother's restaurant and all her houses. I really did. But the neglect, the emotional neglect, and physical neglect too. You can be physically neglectful. Like you see on this live, I be on my lives. I'm always seeing what's Daniel doing. And me and Daniel, we're like this when we're off the live too. We're communicating. You know, I'm not physically neglectful and I'm not emotionally neglectful. And Isaiah's not home. You know, he's not here most of the time. You know, he's a working man. But yeah, that's just how I feel. So fair use, y'all. Listen to the video.
And so like if he calls and yeah, let me listen. Now I will say there's been times in the past where like we may not have had the same viewpoint on something, you know. But I enjoy having. I know my dad is an intelligent, open-minded person. So if we are having a discussion about something and our views are a little different, or maybe he's showing me a different point of view, I like that because, like I said, he is showing me a different point of view. And I know it's coming from a place of like, A, way more wisdom than I have, and B, like, you know, not an argument. He might be like, hey, you ever think about this? And I'd be like, typically in the back of my mind, I'm like, no, I haven't, dang it. But I'm like, you know, and then so, yeah, but so that's cool too. But when he calls and he's like, hey, really like you said that day, I'm like, wow, made it. Yes, yes. How do I look back at the 90s, early 2000s? They were cool, you know? The 90s was cool. You know, I don't like I was in like high school, middle school, and high school in the 90s for most of the 90s. So like those weren't the best years of my life if we're keeping it, you know, a beat. Those so I don't really think like I think more about like the 2000s. You know, 2000 to like 2000, you know, the 2000s. 2000 to 2010 and there I think more about those because that's when I was in my 20s and like, you know, having a lot of fun. So I think more about those time periods in the 90s, but I mean, it was cool. You know, I'm definitely not one of those people that say the world was better back then. It was different. You know, I don't pine for the 90s and the 2000s like a lot of people do. The music wasn't better.
No problem.
You know, it was different.
Change the color of the
You know, so I hope I look back at the 2020s and say the same thing. Like I had a lot of fun. It was cool. It wasn't better or worse. It was just
Yes, you
different.
did.
You know.
Whatever. Don't gaslight me. You gaslight me.
Scotland in the building. CB Breaker, what up? Been in a very bad place lately. Guilt for past wrongs and depressions. Thank you so much for your content. Help me so much to move on and improve my life. Yes. Yes. I love to hear that. Love to hear that.
Yeah, and Timothy Ward does do that. He does improve your life. Watching his channel and tuning into his videos and lives and shorts. He doesn't just do lives. It will improve your life. He was the final straw where I started my channel because he did a video prior to like 2020, somewhere around there, 2020. And 2019 or 2020, he did a video about starting your own YouTube channel. And it was weird because my ex-aware narcissist had mentioned that I should get a channel, but I was stubborn. I wasn't gonna give a narcissist credit or an ex-aware narcissist that I had dated for me starting a channel. So when my ex-aware narcissist said you should get you a YouTube channel, Irene, I didn't do it. I sat on that information for like 2 years. Now, when I did act on it, it was when Timothy Ward said it. And this is one reason why. You know why I waited too? I wanted to make sure that whenever I started a channel or started teaching and preaching and giving suggestions, I wanted to make sure that I was able to follow my own advice. And I knew that I had weaknesses that would be too strong for y'all to listen to me. Because I can't be trying to like help give suggestions or teach you about certain narcissists and situations I've been in if I can't even keep a narcissist out of my crib. So I had to get strong with that. So when I was able to say, well, I'm strong enough to keep this aware narcissist out of my house, then I had the foundation to listen to Timothy Ward and take his suggestion on y'all start channels. And he wasn't just telling me to start one, he's telling the world to start a YouTube channel. And it's been a very, like one of my cousins say, she say, it's very therapeutic. That's the word I'll use. Okay. So, yeah. So fair use, y'all. Timothy Ward's back on.
Love that. Love that. Glad you moved on. Glad your life's getting better. It happens, you know. If you've never had to experience like deep guilt over some past things you've done, hope you never have to. But you know, it can happen. But we can move on from it. It does not have to be with us our entire life. You know, so that like I said, that one video I did on forgiveness, that still gets decent views and very good feedback. I'm glad I made that video for that reason of like, just do my little part, put my little energy drop out there into the universe to just be like, you're not a bad person. The fact that you feel guilty about it means you're not a bad.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this one thing about text messaging because I've gotten calls since I've been in this live. Don't text people letting them know that you'll call them back because you're in the middle of something when they will not reply to you. Don't respect those kind of people. And that may be something I'll bring up in my narcissism and text messaging. Let me take a note of that. Don't do that. And it don't matter that they not a texter neither. Somebody can say, well, they not a texter, but if you texting somebody, hey, I can't answer the call, I'm at work, I'm in a live, if I text this sister that I'm in a live right now, she's not gonna respect me and reply and say, no problem, Irene, call me back when you're off the live. There will be no validation of anything I'm doing. She just won't respect it. So when you send texts to people, and this really does apply to this video because the call came in on this video. You can't hear the call or calls because I got the phone on do not disturb. So you're not constantly hearing that beeping, okay? But don't send them a text. Once you send somebody a text a couple of times, and I'm talking about a text you type out, not that automatic text that sends out to people, not that one. Like when you type, hey sister, I'm in a live, can call you back in an hour, something like that. And they never reply to you. and don't say thanks for the text, call me soon, they don't reply, don't respect them and send the text. See, because if somebody calls me while I'm in the middle of a live and I have the phone on do not disturb, I'm showing empathy and respect for that person to let them know what I'm doing. So when someone tells you what they're doing and they'll call you back, what they're saying is, I wish I could have answered your call, but I really was in the middle of something. I'm at the doctor's office, I'm in a live video, I'm at a religious event, I'm at the movies. Whatever you're doing, you can't answer the phone. I'm at a concert, I'm at a opera, I'm at a play, whatever you're at, you know. And then you know that they the type they're not going to reply. Don't send them a text. Don't show respect. Don't show kindness. Because if you tell me and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm at work right now, I can't answer. I'm in the middle of building a new AI machine," whatever your job is, right? And I know that you're being very kind to send me that text. I'm going to reply and say, thank you so much. Just call me when you get a chance. No worries. So when somebody does not respect you alerting them of why you can't answer it, don't text them at all. Like this sister, I already know how she is. She's not going to appreciate that text. So, and she's not going to reply to it. Don't send text to people that don't reply. Make that a rule. So remember, my narcissist and text messaging, and I may kind of play this in one. I don't know what I'm going to do. But with my narcissist and text messaging, this is some of the stuff that I'm going over. So it's a case by case basis. So just make that a rule. And you'll know who they are because they'll do it. Some of them talk about you bad. You might text somebody, hey, I'm on a live video. That bitch ain't on no live. You don't know what people saying behind your back. What kind of live that motherfucking hoe on? You don't know what people saying behind your back. But they saying it passive aggressively when they do not reply. So don't text them in the first place. I am done respecting people that don't appreciate the update and notice I'm giving them. Don't give it to them no more. Just don't do it. Just call them back. I'll call her back when I get off the live, bottom line. I'm not going to answer. I'm in the live. I'm respecting my live.
Not a bad person. Because if you were really the monster you think you are, you would not be caring about it. You'll still be doing the same thing. If we're really the monster we think we are, we would be doing exactly the same thing to someone else right now and would not think about it. So the fact that like for 5 years, we've been thinking we were a piece of crap for some things we did 5 years ago shows that like we're decent people, you know? And as decent people, we don't deserve to beat ourselves up for like, you can't beat yourself up enough to think you've beat yourself up enough. So the day comes when we have to just let it go. Just, hey, you know, I was 23 at the time. I didn't know any better. Now I know better. That's why I don't do it no more. You know? So glad to hear that. Scotland in the building. Yeah, someone go to Scotland one day. Hey, thank you, Lynette. I appreciate that. Thank you. So the apple didn't fall far from the tree. It tells your parents and it tells your child, man. Thank you, Lynette. I appreciate that. And you know me, so it's got to be true. And thank you, Lonely Girl. I think my dad is. I don't know what my mom's in because I don't really know if she knows much about me these days. But I like to think my dad is. Old school. You know you know you hit a certain level of gray in your beard when the kids start calling you old school. You can call like old school is one of the things like if
Timothy Gray, Timothy Ward's, I said Timothy Gray because I'm getting ready to say something about his gray beard. I'm so crazy. I said Timothy Gray. Timothy Ward, the gray beard looks beautiful on him. I think gray beards look so good on chocolate men. And remember, chocolate, when I say chocolate, I mean color of a Hershey chocolate bar or darker. Okay. So I think gray hair looks so pretty on chocolate men. I do. So Timothy Ward looks good with the gray. Okay. And he looks young with it. I'm just being honest, you know, just from a beauty perspective, it looks nice.
I know the kids use that term now, so it don't bother me. But like, it's one of the things like I can call myself old school. I don't know if I need you to call me that.
You hear Timothy Ward? He said he can call himself old school. He don't know if he needs someone else to call him that. That's cute.
You had an oldies dance party, listening to Lil Jon, and East Side Boy. That was 2000. That was nice. Samantha, how you doing? For me, he's trying to go to the moon in his lifetime. Let's do it. Or you can do it. I'm good on that, but do it. 73. Thank you. Thank you. They don't like us to comment on that, Lynette. I will say this: if you don't want to watch the ad, don't watch it. Actually, they probably don't like us to say that either. But yes, you get a tad bit more money if people watch the entire ad than if people skip it. But if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Like it's not enough to justify you sitting there. You know what I mean? It's not, on my end, it's not enough to justify you sitting through it. Now, if you're bored one day and just want to let the ads play, I'm fine with that too. But like, especially when
Oh, I didn't know that if you listen to the entire ad, there's some kind of way more money that I don't know if the YouTubers get. I don't know what it means, but I didn't know that. So that's something to consider. See, that's one thing about Timothy Ward. If you actually watch the entire live, you're going to learn something. So that's something now I know that somebody's getting more money some kind of way if you let the ad go through. I do both. Sometimes I'll listen to the complete ad that comes up on videos, but then sometimes I'll just skip it immediately. Like, of course, like say I'm doing a reaction. I'm going to skip the ad immediately because I'm doing a reaction. So, but I'm talking about like when I'm watching YouTube videos on my time, okay, my personal time.
especially on the live, like, yeah. I don't think it's that much more, unless it's like since I make my money off of the ads, I pay it. Well, I got premium now, but
so Timothy Ward just answered that question. So he makes his money off of the ads. So, okay, basically this is what he's saying. And this will be helpful because remember, I'm going to eventually, within the next week or so, do a live about me encouraging you to start a YouTube channel. And when I do the live, I'm going to have a device out where I actually kind of walk you through. It's really simple on how to start a channel. So, okay, this is what Timothy Ward is saying. He makes more money. So when you're watching Timothy Ward videos, we'll use him as an example since he's given the information. When you or me or anyone is watching Timothy Ward videos, if you don't click on skip the ad and you listen to the entire ad, he brings in more revenue, which is Timothy Ward. So he makes more money if you listen to the complete ad. So now I know that. I did not know that. Okay. Maybe y'all knew it, but I didn't.
But when ads would pop up when I was watching YouTube, I pay attention to what the ad is. So like, for example, if it was like a movie trailer, I guarantee, Warner Brothers is paying crazy money to show that trailer to everybody. So I would let that one play because I know the creator was probably gonna get a decent, kickback from you watching that on their channel. But if it's just a regular like Walmart rollback prices ad, but I always think about like, do I think they paid a lot for this ad campaign? But do what works for you. I appreciate you even asking, but yeah, Praveen.
I pointed that out earlier. Remember, I said he's not a control freak. He's a true businessman. Like he said, do what is best for you. Okay, so that's one of the things I liked about him. He just proved my point. I was just saying that earlier. He's always been like that. And he's consistent. That's one of the things when you subscribe to any YouTuber, I don't care if they're a smaller channel, a bigger channel. I don't care if the channel has 3 subscribers and 2,000 views or 1,000 views because they're a new channel or old channel, I came across this channel with this one sister. I like some of her videos. I really did. But on some of her videos, she only got like 1 or 2 views. And I have it on my channel. I mean, I can't talk on some of my channels, on some of my videos. On some of my videos, you can look at some of my videos and I only get like 5 views, 2 views. I mean, it will happen, especially for smaller YouTubers. But I don't know. Maybe I'll post her video in the description box as well. So I'm gonna post the sister video. Because maybe I could help her get more views. Okay. So I'll post one of her videos. And what I liked about this YouTuber, she has like 170 subscribers. But on one of her videos, it was kind of longer. She got like 24 views. And that's just how it is, One video she got 24 views, another video she got 1 view. I'll go in there, but I liked listening to her talk. She was kind of interesting. So I'll put her video in the description box. And with this description box, y'all, give me an hour to get it all in there because I gotta do a couple of things. So with this description box today, give me up to an hour to update it. So like you can maybe like check it tomorrow or later or something. So yeah.
Praveen, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you so much. So been a subscriber for 4 years, 1 month now. Thanks for the positivity and great content. It does not seem that long, Praveen. It seems like 4 years, but 4 years, 1 month. I'm joking. It does not seem like that long. So, and I appreciate you being here, my friend. Thank you.
Oh, Timothy Ward, he drinks this big old gallon of water, right? He got the gallon, like the milk gallon, and it's filled with all water. This man ain't playing when it comes to hydration. Okay.
Can I touch on the transition from Yellowstone to Big Sky the first time you went? I remember you were smiling, saying it was the first time you'd seen snow and you seemed hyped. Honestly, Bobby, the biggest difference from back then, this was 2015, so things might have changed, but the biggest difference back then was Yellowstone was a lot more like supervised because it was inside of a national park, which is federal land, and it was a bigger company, Xanterra. So
I'm drinking sweet tea, y'all. I've had like 2 12-ounce sweet teas thus far. And I did, eat a little hot fries today, like a couple. So that's not something I'll eat often, but I did today. Again, fair use, y'all.
Work for Xanterra in Yellowstone, it was just a lot more, supervised, and I feel like there was more rules, and they 3 meals a day, and you had to eat at certain times, and you know, Big Sky was a lot more chill and laid back. Back then, the housing was a party, like it was nuts. That was the biggest change for me, was that like the housing at Yellowstone was strict. The housing at Big Sky, I don't even know if we had, I think we had a RA, but you know what I mean? Like, anyway, so that was the biggest culture shock for me. Was, we're up at 2 in the morning, still running around housing, drunk, high, whatever. You could do, you could do anything else.
And remember, I mentioned earlier, back in the day when he was younger, he had the little alcoholism issue. Remember? So, I'm not lying on him. He just said it himself. Okay. So, I told you about it so you will know how courageous he is to get over something like that. Because there's going to be people that come here that are suffering from early stages of alcoholism, or they're full blown functional alcoholics or dysfunctional alcoholics. Some of my trolls might be drunk when they come in here talking crazy. So, so I'm telling it as like a good thing. So you can know that you can master, alcoholism or any drug. You can master it and get off of it, or even like a food addiction. I talked about on one of my lives. I mentioned it, I think, more than once, a couple of times. I gave my total testimony on my Coca-Cola addiction and how I ended up drinking Coca-Cola in the first place. Okay. So I'm telling his background that he just confirmed that he was high and stuff all in school or college, because when you listen to Timothy Ward now, you would never think he was an alcoholic, but he was. And he mastered that and freed himself of that addiction. And he don't look like he ever drank nothing to me. Seriously. I mean, it's just nothing but the blessing of the one most high. That's all. I mean, some people just got a calling on their life. So the one most high not going to keep him an alcoholic, because he needs to be on here to teach us, right? And to help us, encourage us, not just teach, encourage us and stuff like that. So, yeah.
But on a positive note, the pay structure was so much different at Big Sky, and that blew him up. I think I was making $9 an hour, $8.50, $9 an hour at Yellowstone as an housekeeping inspector, and then I was making X. I don't know how many X's more than that in Big Sky, because we got paid piecework. So yeah, like say it was back then. This was 2015. A standard queen room, I think you made $8. So if it takes you 30 minutes to do a room, I was making double basically at Big Sky. So because say if I had still been cleaning rooms at Yellowstone, in an hour when you could clean 2 rooms, I would have made like $8. At Big Sky, I could clean 2 rooms in an hour and make $16. So it's kind of the differences. And the reason I saw snow at Big Sky, it wasn't a difference between Yellowstone and Big Sky. It was because I stayed at Big Sky until the wintertime. Yellowstone, you could stay during the winter. They have a small skeleton kind of crew, but I wouldn't have stayed at Yellowstone during the winter. So it was a good thing I ended up going to Big Sky, because I could stay there year round. Whereas Yellowstone, I would have finished up probably like October. So. Facts. Facts. Everybody didn't get to get these gray hairs, you know? So yeah, I'm with you, Lene. I'm with you. Wilkins, what up? I don't know if I've ever been to Pittsburgh, for me. Hey, Lene, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Super Chat Spot in the building. Says, hold on, put a like on it. Says, you already know I've been going through it over here. Your chat's helped to scrap my brain, and you have no idea how much I appreciate that. Keep on being you, Tim Hawk. One of these days we need to link up. Facts. We definitely do. Hey, and your generosity means all that much more to me, knowing what you got going on. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm glad the chats can help. You know what I mean? And we definitely do gotta link up one day. We're gonna link up one day. You know, I'm a big believer in energy and manifestation and all that. So the days will
I wish I could meet Timothy Ward, you know.
come when we get to see each other again and hang out and reminisce about the good old days. You know, thank you so much, Larry. Thank you. See, now I'm telling you, man, this is another thing, seasonal work. You make friends. Seasonal work. Years later, you should talk to them. The good ones. You make a lot of friends in seasonal work. That is literally. And these days, I'm not as big on Instagram as I used to be. But like back in the day, especially I'd be at the Y on Instagram and you meet people and you follow each other. I could not wait. So
I think Timothy Ward is a fellow Scorpio. I think. Yeah, I think he's a fellow Scorpio. I think from memory, his birthday, he was under the he's a winter baby. I do know he's a winter baby, and I think he's a Scorpio winter baby.
people, as soon as I left for that season, unfollow. Block. But then you got some people that, the rest of your life you might be friends, following each other. So thank you, Lene. I appreciate that. Genuinely, thank you. Cloud, yes, I'm still single. I do not do meet and greets, simply because I'm kind of introverted, and I think that might be a little too far outside my comfort zone. However, if you see me in public, feel free to say hi. It happens more than I would ever imagine it could happen, and I'm always overjoyed. So if it's organic and I'm just out and about, and someone's like, "Hey, you Timothy Ward," I love that. I just don't think I would ever set up meet and greet because that's too much pressure. I just like if there's a set up meet and greet, then I have to be on. People were still cleaning 4 rooms and going home at noon. I'm like, I'm trying to give you on a game of how to bank up here. It's rare when you find a company the purse strings are open, where they're like, "Hey, if you do the work, we will pay you," and we got. And people were still getting off early to go ski. I'm like, bro, I don't know. Hey, Bald Eagle says in 2026, I'm going to stop letting the past get to me.
Remember earlier, Timothy Ward was talking about technology issues. I'm having them now, but it's on my end because my device got drained and my battery got low. So if there was a disconnect in the live, that's why. So it's on my end, not YouTube end. It has nothing to do with Timothy Live or YouTube. It's strictly due to when your device is not charged enough. You'll get. I got kicked out of the live because my device powered off. Just being honest, it's not always YouTube's fault.
When the past get to me and realize that my life is so much better now and I should enjoy it, go. Let's go. It takes a lot to get to that spot, but once you get there, it's just you know what I mean? And there's still some work involved, but it's one of those things where it's almost like that shift. You say, you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy my life. My life is better. I'm gonna enjoy. It's weird that it almost takes. It's because of the programming and the things we've been taught. But it's weird that it takes so much work to get to a place of where we're like, you know what? Like it's almost a profound realization to say, you know, I think I'm just gonna live my life. Like you have to really put in the work to get there. That just shows how messed up society has us. That it takes you have to push through all this. It's just like the Matrix movie. You got to go through all. You got to take red pill or blue pill, and you got to meet Morpheus, and they got to pull the bug out of your stomach, and then they got to like give you the thing that disrupts your biorhythm, and then you got to come up out the egg, and the thing has to grab you by the throat and dump you down, and the ship has to find you, and they got to put all them pins. It's all this work just to get to the simple realization of like, I'm just gonna live my life from here on out. People are like, what about this? What about that? What about this? No, I'm just gonna live my life. What about this? Well, I just have to deal with it and then get back to living my life.
Timothy Ward looked like he could box, y'all. The way he throwing them fists up on this live, he's doing the body language for what he's describing.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. But once you're there, you're there. You mean like nothing really changed. It's just a different view of life. Like I don't have to be worried about every little thing that's gonna happen. I'm just gonna enjoy myself. I don't have to constantly feel like I need to be doing more. I need to be achieving more. I need to have more. I'm just gonna live my life. You know, as long as what I got coming in is enough to keep living my life. You know, if I come across a little abundance here and there, prosperity here and there, I'm gonna take advantage of it. But I'm not gonna, spend my life chasing after riches. I'm not gonna spend my life chasing after love. I'm not gonna spend my life, feeling like I need more and all this other stuff to feel validated. Like I'm just gonna live, do the things I like to do. Spend time with people I love, do my little hobbies. Do nothing when I feel like doing nothing. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's hard. You know how hard it is to let yourself do nothing when you feel like doing nothing? So, yeah, today I'm just gonna lay on the couch, get me an old nasty bag of snacks, and do nothing all day long. Oh, I should probably get up and cut the.
And I sort of, this is the thing. This live is going to be in reverse because I came in the live in the middle of the live on Timothy Ward's live, and then I included y'all in the live. So in the beginning of my live, I'm in the middle of his live to the end of his live. And then at the second half of my live is the first half of Timothy Ward's live. I hope y'all ain't confused as hell, but I explained it perfect. So anyway, please like, share, and subscribe, and give me an hour to update the description box below. And tune in for more. Hopefully you enjoyed being on a live with me on Timothy Ward's live. And of course, all fair use videos will be in the description box as well, including Timothy's. And like, share, and subscribe to Timothy Ward's channel as well. I love y'all. I'm in a good mood. You always in a good mood on Timothy Ward's live. Tune in for more right here with Advanced Insight channel. I look forward to all the many more lives we'll be doing. I look forward to it. Yes, indeed. Oh, I guess, check this out, y'all. I'm going to run this by you. Steve Harvey, 68 years old, is going to be getting in another relationship, y'all. He just ain't going to give up, huh? He ain't going to give up. Keep getting married. Steve Harvey must suffer from a little loneliness, y'all. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tune in for more right here with the Advanced Insight channel. And go to Timothy Ward's channel and subscribe as well. I ain't gonna be scared that y'all not gonna come back here. Y'all will be back. I gotta let that insecurity go that I'm gonna lose a subscriber because y'all watch Timothy Ward. That's crazy.